Hmm. There we go. All right. Firing up all of my things, making all the things happen. We've got Twitch up. Twitch is on. Twitch is on. And so is Kick. And so is Rumble. Okay. Okay. All four sources are up and running, it seems. Yep. Yep. That's great. And usually I have to do a cheeky sign in for a reason I can never understand on YouTube before YouTube fully connects. But I think I just did that. And so if I just give it a minute and I'm patient and I put all the hope into it, all the good thinking, then YouTube should just pop in and be available. Okay, so yes. Today will be shocker of all shockers. Path of Exile 2, Return of the Ancients. I think we're on day 3 or so of the game being available for folks to play. I think it just passed out of the realm of free. So if you didn't get a chance to download it and play it yet, well, I'm sorry about that, but give it about a few more months, and when the next big season opens, it'll be free to play again. They do it every time. On the other hand, if as you watch it, you think you ought to give it a try, and I think that you would believe that, you would imagine that, then yeah, just go buy the thing. It's great. I don't think it's that expensive. It's cheaper than most games on Steam that are sort of AAA level and continuously supported, like this one. So it's probably well worth your time and attention. Okay. Oh, I think I need to update my metadata. You know that feeling when you realize you didn't update your metadata? You got to get that metadata working. I'm supposed to close this window, apparently. Supposedly, if I want to do this all the way. Now, if I just wait and if I believe hard enough, maybe I have to click auto find and navigate. Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. I don't know. It's always a little bit of a trick for me now with YouTube. I'm not, okay, hold on. Throw all that away. Don't worry. Just put your cares and your worries away as I put mine away at the same time. And just enjoy the first pour of coffee of the day for me, okay? Just listen in and enjoy it. Oops. Honestly, that's a really good sound when you want coffee. That's a good sound. Hold on, let me just test it to make sure it's not poisonous. Yeah, I don't think that's poisonous. Another day of survival from the poison that can be in the coffee. I have to sneeze. Oh my goodness. And there is YouTube. It just popped in. You wily service. I mean, the most robust, spectacular kind of worldwide video streaming service is going to be, well, I don't know about video streaming, but yeah, probably is YouTube. Like YouTube's the alpha and the omega, right? It's a big one. That one's the feistiest for me of late. Trying to get it up and running can be a real chore, hey, for heck's sake. Okay, anyway, so we're good. I'm going to start the game up now. This game is a little bit funny. It doesn't permit me the luxury of actually starting off with game capture up so that you don't have to see my face. It's like either I show you all of the tools that I'm using to stream, which is not what I want to do because you see special keys on there and everything, and it can be real havoc. Uh, I yeah, I have to just show my big face on the screen instead, and I don't normally like to do that. Not I like my face to be a little bit smaller on the screen here. Let's make it a little bit more right size. See, that's what we're going for. That's what we actually want. I don't want my whole face on the screen. That's intense. I mean, that's just crazy, right? Who that? Gaming Malone. Hello. Well, I'm going to start a Path of Exile 2 now. Does not allow me to run it in game capture render mode. That means probably nothing to you, but that's why I have to start off with my face in full view. That's my excuse. But it's coming. You'll see. How you doing over there in Australia? You know, you're literally down under where I live in Vietnam. And I know a lot of folks in Australia like to come to Vietnam to visit and to have a cheap, nice little vacation because it's like a stone's throw away, sort of. Okay, you may or may not recognize this game. And if you do, great. And if you don't, well, you're about to know all about this game. Let me take the timer off the screen. How about it? Okay. I think probably I want to have this somewhere in the middle of the screen like that. Historically, that's the place where I'm the least in the way. Now, guess what? I figured out how to turn off the chat in the game while I'm playing, so you won't see chat anymore. That's nice, because then it's just all about your chat instead. And I also made it so that I don't show you all the quests as they're in progress. I won't burden you with the quests, with the quest log. That's going to mean you just kind of get to see the game playing much more in the raw, all sort of pure and good. I'm happy with the setup. And Gaming Malone, you say, yeah, a lot seem to love yeah, around there. Probably Bally is the most popular. Bally has that crazy, like all the rage in Bally right now I've heard is that what is it, like emotional dancing, or there's some kind of word for it, where people will come to Bali and they like get on top of like a big pyramid or something. Like, I'm serious now, and with the top cut off, and they're listening to like trance music, and they kind of just like get going, like everybody's just kind of like moving to the grooves and like yeah, just going for it, I guess. Like it's like a dance with a lot of I don't know, like contact or something. I don't know, but it sounds almost like heathens from the old days dancing on the top of a pyramid somehow. Yeah, yes, look out for it. I've never done that. I had someone who was coming to a class where I was trying to learn Vietnamese, try to get us all sort of to go there. Her name is Michelle, and just like have a good time and enjoy it. And just like, and you don't have to touch each other if you don't want. You can just you can just dance and enjoy yourself. Just listen to the good music. You don't have to. And I'm just like, this sounds so awkward. With a bunch of people I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go to that one. But yeah, she says like the mecca for all that stuff is Bali. And that's just what one person says and thinks, but I know that doesn't make it true. But yeah, I hear Bali's amazing. Okay, so let's see. I'm level 17, and I'm 90% of the way through there. I'll get to level 18, then 19, then 20, you know, like that. That's the order that it works. And Gaming Malone, you say you literally just opened the laptop a couple of minutes before here, and 142 gigabytes? 142 gigabytes? Tell me about that. Oh, the download for Path of Exile 2. Oh, is that right? Well, if you're on a laptop, then sometimes your space is a little bit more of a premium. 142 is probably these days, if you can somehow believe it. I mean, it's not on the low end, no. But it's not extremely bloated, but it could probably be lighter. You know, I've heard that if you give engineers like a week, like all of them, to just to refactor and find ways to shorten to like cut down the size of the install, that you can get it down at least half. Do I know all 24 of them? Poe was about 60. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. So 60's not so bad. Yeah, not so bad, I suppose. But it could probably get cut down quite a bit more. Anytime you've got a game that's like 200 gigabytes, you know, they just never got around to refactoring and trimming away the things that aren't necessary. Because that is excessive by all accounts for anything you would want to like play. I mean, I would love to know the rationalization. To listen to an engineer try to explain why that's acceptable and okay, because it's almost never necessary. It's like they included a bunch of stuff that they should have trimmed away. Like a bunch of stuff that's there for development, big, huge, bloated tools, gigabytes and gigabytes of them, and a lot of textures that never get used, right? It might have been that they never bothered profiling the game for what gets touched and discovering that, oh, half of these are never even used. Oh, I guess we don't need the entire library of all of the assets. Okay, let's cut away half of these. Oh, we got back about 50 gigs. Yeah, all right. I guess maybe we should do that more often. That's honestly the way it goes with engineers, but you got to give them time. Honestly, on a project, if you're running stuff, if you're the Scrum Master, you got to give engineers enough time to cut it down and kind of make it more reasonable of a download, for instance, say. You have 30 gigabytes free, dude. Dude, that's not enough. Do you know, technically speaking, probably, you should give yourself about 10-15 space at the bare minimum of space on your hard drive, or it just gets ugly. So, like, you probably want to have, I'm sorry to say this, but you probably want to give yourself 20% of free space. If you dip below 20% free space ever, your system will not perform as well, period, on all fronts. So you might need to even make more room than that. I hate to say it. Sorry, That's what I recommend to you. That's my opinion. That's my hot take. You can ask Google, though. You can ask the Google LLM. See what Gemini thinks. I would randomize and check it, but I'm going to try to actually play the game a little more today. I love to say that I'm going to ascend, right? I'm going to hit the ascendancy. And y'all see me be a spirit walker. But it seems like these days, that's more of just a promise. It's like I might as well go into politics. I make promises and I don't actually deliver. Ever.
What have we got?
Shoot.
Here's what I've got.
Okay, so I have 2,000. I'm going to double check to see if he isn't suddenly offering the best thing I ever saw in my whole life. So I'm having a problem, y'all. The boss that I need to go up against, what level is ascendancy? Good question. I think it's 20? No. 21? 20. 21. Well, anyway, my target is 21 because I'll show you. I have a prerequisite for taming. Oh, I can't actually show you right now. Anyway, I have a skill that I'll have that allows that I will attach to my character that lets me raise the dead. It lets me, kill a boss, then make the boss my minion. I think you get that at 21, and that's when you take advantage of the ascendancy. That's why you do it. That's why we're all here today, other than to get through this thing called life. Crazy thing. Yeah, it should be great. Somebody came on with me a couple days ago and just showed me what it looks like because they were level 47. And unlike me, who talks all the time and then does video editing when I'm not streaming almost the whole time, my whole life, they just play the game. And they got to level 47 a couple of days ago. I'm like, what? What did you do? How? What? Huh? Come again? And they say, like, hey, take a look at all of my bosses that I've tamed. And it was like 6 or 7 different bosses, and it looks so cool. But so like I know what I'm going for. I just don't know how to maximize my time and get there sooner than later. That's the problem. That's always been the problem. my whole life, that's always been the problem. But we can get there, and we will get there one day. That is my pledge. So if you elect me as your representative, we will make that happen. Okay, oh my goodness. So I'm going to go to Ogham Manor. Ogham Manor has been really difficult. Ogham Manor is where the boss is. And I'm going to go in here and do stuff. But they have this blood magic going on that really is disappointing for me. Because it's, I don't have any weakness to, sorry, I have nothing but weakness. I have no immunity or strength to get through and avoid getting bled. So, and everything is bleeding me. So I'm just like, oh, come on. It is helping me learn better, though. I'm going to pour more coffee for myself because I'm just not awake enough yet. Oh, Gaming Malone, you say, how much did you play yesterday after the storm kicked my Wi-Fi out? Oh, I only played for 6 hours total, so maybe only an hour or so. I saw you pop on to a couple of my YouTube shorts and check them out. That was super cool. In my spare time, I try to make those. And by the way, one of my latest ones, I think it's over YouTube Shorts. I'm always trying to get bigger numbers. You know, I wanna have some success in that space. I think I'm at 8,500 views now on that, which will work. I think it'll finally land at about 10,000 views, and it's for Crimson Desert. Every time I work on a video lately, it's for the game that I'm not playing, which makes me feel really weird. Makes me feel weird. I'll feel weird. What I want to do is I want to play that game some more. I want to play it more. Oh yeah, I'm at 8.6 thousand now. That's a nice one. I love Crimson Desert so much. We will get back to it 100%. When I get ascended and I tame a beast and I experience the joy of that, I'll probably take a break, go back and play the patch, right? The latest patch, 1.09, is out. By the time I'm done here, maybe it'll be 1.10. I don't know. Oh, you're on hold on a call. Okay, well, you gotta multitask sometimes, I think. Okay, then I'm gonna try to level up before the boss again. The boss is really strong with cold damage, so I'm going to need to get better cold resist. Let's take a look at what my cold resist is like. I'm at only 18%. My fire is almost 50% resist, and it caps at 75. So I'm like, I need to find more cold gear, hey? I need to find more survivability against this monster. Like, if I can get myself to, I don't know, 50%, I could probably get there. I could probably do it. I faced this boss before, and the boss is really tough. Like legit brutal. So this area out here has got a little bit more in the way of fire damage. No, it's mostly blood. Man, it's brutal. It's so hard. It's so hard, hey. Woocha! Woocha!
Need more time.
Need more time, need more space. Need more focus. Need more energy. More footwork. More energy. Energy. Okay, I'm not even facing the enemy. It's super hard to kill something in the game if you're not facing it while you're trying to hit it. I don't know. I think in that way it's similar to real life, probably. You kind of need to be looking in the direction of where you're doing something. And if you aren't, it goes more poorly. Okay, so I need like 2 bars to level up, and that's job 1. Job 1 is leveling up, hey. I gotta do that. I do have to do that. And I just need to kind of get a little bit better with all my controls right now. Like that leap back, it's called disengage, which is a really cute and awesome name. That right there, that's important. Basically, I can disengage, leap forward, disengage, leap forward. Like, whoop-a-cha, whoop-a-cha, whoop-a-cha. So that's like the key beat of this character. Like the distance control, like how close you are when you do something, is critical. You see what I'm doing here? This is what I want to get second nature. I want to do this like so good that you just can't even believe what you're seeing. You're just like, am I even seeing a human being play a game, or is this some kind of genius robot? I want to be that good. And I don't think I'm ever going to get there. Not even close. But I can get closer. I can do better. I will do better. So that move of leaping forward, that's a culling strike move, which means if the enemy has like a little blue glow on it, I think it's a blue. I mean, I'm not colorblind, but there's so many colors I can't remember. Every time I click it, I'm like, what was that color again? Because everything's exploding in a splash of colors everywhere all at once. But anyway, one thing jumps me forward just as far as I need to go. If I see an enemy that looks like it's in range to die, and I click my middle mouse button while I'm aiming at it, I just leap right to it. I might leap 30 feet in the air, y'all. I might just do that. Just like real life. I can do it in real life. No. But then, like, immediately when I hit him, anything that's left that's lining up to hit me now, I just, like, immediately back out again. I disengage. That's what it's called. Here, look. Just bear with me, okay? I'm trying to show you a couple of cool things about the game. That's all. This is Call the Week, okay? Call the Week does stuff for me that does nice stuff for me. In fact, when I jump in and pop somebody off, it actually gives me 4 seconds of more rapid fire healing, which is a wonderful boon. Like, you're gonna want that. You really want that. And then this disengage ability is wonderful. That one also, the one that also heals, that's right. Sure, the sound effects are pivotal to the skill working too. Well, that's how I really dial in and become one with the game. That's how it works for me. And if you're wondering, was I the kind of kid that like was always talking to himself, had imaginary friends, liked to pretend that he could walk on the walls and the ceiling? Like, you know how like when you're a kid and you're laying down on the carpet, if you have carpet, and you look up and you just sit there and you pretend for like hours that you're running around on the ceiling? That was me. That wasn't sarcasm for once. Oh, okay. So if you're telling me there's a cue for when I'm ready to call something and I just haven't been listening carefully enough, you literally just blew my entire, like, all the brains just exploded out the back of my head. And you didn't see it, but they just did. So I'm collecting them. I'm trying to scoop them back in there now. Jeez, are you serious? If that's true, that'd be really cool. But I don't know if that's what you meant. I haven't had enough coffee yet to be really coherent, okay? It's not you, it's me. Yes, so good. I'm trying my best to not swallow and gulp and make weird sounds. Well, not make really weird sounds that involve food because of misophonia. 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 Let's go find out what misophonia is, okay? I will randomize this one time. Just one time. I will never do it again. I promise. I'm never going to ever randomize ever again. I'm going to go to Grok this time, okay? Yesterday I had somebody on from Northwestern University who was giving me a shit fit about using Grok. And I'm like, you can go take your woke somewhere else, brah, okay? And I'm super liberal in the irony of it is I'm super liberal, IRL. Like I've always been. Just like, go away with your presumptions, you fool. Go back to your academia, to your tower on the hill. Leave me alone. I'll use Grok if I want to. We can use Grok if we want to. We can leave our woke behind. And if our woke don't dance. Okay. I'm really mixing it up today. Okay, so I want to ask, explain to me, first of all, how to spell misophonia. Oh, no. First of all, the name for someone who, the name for the condition in which person does not like the sound of chewing. Okay, let's find out. Chewing and swallowing. It's a bit of both. It's a bit of both, really. It's a pastiche of sounds that are uncomfortable to some people. Probably about 33% of people. This is totally on me. Yeah, no, it's completely on me. Friggin' hell! I don't even care enough to monitor my own life properly. let alone someone else telling me how else to be. Who even cares? It doesn't impact me. Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? Okay, so it is misophonia. Oh my God, I was spelling it right. I wonder if, am I able to sort of, I'm getting some kind of cheeky chat. Aw, getting a chat from a fellow journey person who's in Saigon. I have to turn my phone down, okay, because it's making little beep sounds and it's a little too much. I'll just put it on vibrate only. But apparently it's it's quite hot in Saigon these days. It's quite hot every day, all the time there, but way hotter than here in the south. Well, it's not really the south. It's more like I'm up in the mountains. Saigon is ironically lower than where I'm at, but I always feel like I'm going down to it because it gets hotter and hotter. I don't know. Okay. In a technical sense, I am going down to it, but I'm not directionally going south. That southwest, I'm not. I mean, I am going southwest, but that's not down. Closer to the equator is fair. Yes, thank you. You're bailing me out here. So, apparently it's a neurological disorder, not just being annoyed, where certain everyday sounds trigger strong emotional and physiological reactions. Common triggers include chewing, crunching food, lip smacking, and slurping. Oh gosh, that can be a problem. Breathing or nose breathing, that's something I try to mitigate as well. I try to like breathe through my pores instead of out my mouth so you don't hear it. Tapping, pen clicking, or keyboard sounds in some cases. Wow, that'd be so hardcore. Okay, most people who watch me probably don't have that. Just, it's a guess after I read the full description. I worked with a guy, his name was Pete. Okay. Yeah, I'll just leave it at Pete. We'll just call him Pete. Very high up in a company. Very powerful fella. Brilliant, okay? Really blunt. Sometimes those can co-occur. And he could not stand the sound of people eating on camera. So this was during the time of COVID. Pete would preside over a number of Zoom meetings because we were all working remotely. And he would absolutely just lose it when somebody would be just chewing gum. Like if somebody was chewing gum, that's it. He's losing his shit. If somebody was using a controller, like a gamepad, and it happened to be picked up on a microphone because the microphone's slightly lower quality, doesn't noise suppress things that aren't in like the vocal range of the voice, and he would stop the meetings. Right now, again, he's a high-level guy. He's an officer in the company. Okay, he's got like some substantial percentage of all the stock of the company. Okay, so like he's powerful and brilliant and funny, really, really cool. But that dude could not handle sounds of chewing and of all of those kinds of things. He would just not be able to continue. You would like see his face. Like I could predict it if I heard anything coming off the microphone from anybody. Because, we would have, at one point we had like 200 people on at the same time. And it's like, what are the chances that out of the 200 people connected, and yes, we all got really good with our etiquette and we would mute a lot and all that. But out of 200 people, that there would be 2 or 3 of them with their mic on, like slurping down some like boiled eggs or something. You don't slurp down a boiled egg. I mean like a fried egg with a yolk that's runny, right? Making some kind of sound like that, and he would just lose his shit. I'm just like, man, that's a problem for you. And almost all of us were just like, what is wrong with him? Like, he's the leader of the company and he can't handle if somebody's chewing gum. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Why are we listening to him? He can't even handle his own shit. But anyway, that's misophonia for you. And apparently it's a neurological thing. I don't have it myself, but I do not... I get a little bit bothered by some sounds, but only just insofar as I can't really suppress them. I can't sort of prioritize a certain sound. They all wash over me at once. That's called ADHD, y'all. That's called telekinesis, Kyle. I wish it was something like telekinesis. No, instead it's just kind of annoying. but and I think there's a little bit of overlap, like a small amount of overlap. So it makes me think to myself when I'm on the camera, sorry, when I'm on the microphone, so I have a direct monitor set up, right? Yeah, maybe when you get let's see, should they even be eating during a meeting anyway? Well, no. I mean, honestly, they shouldn't. And then it gets amplified in his mind, right? Pete. I know his name. I generally remember most people's names when I worked with him. I really want to say it. In some ways, he deserves it because he's a bit snooty, a bit of an asshole. All right, I'm gonna keep that name to myself. But anyway, I think of him as the worst case. I'm on the lighter end of it. I don't mind. It's just for me. It's like, in terms of chewing gum, I can sometimes hardly drive and chew gum. I need to kind of focus on one thing at a time. I'm like, I can do work. I can do things in a distributed fashion. I can do multiple things at once, right? Like we all can. Some better than others. And I'm somewhere in the middle, I suppose. But as I almost die over and over and over because I'm busy thinking about everything but the game, I need to get so good at this game that I can play it subconsciously. The baby can play itself somehow. That would be helpful for me. Anyway, so you say, am I the only one here? There's just like a whole wall of my nonsense messages. No, it's fun. I love it. Please, by all means. I appreciate it. It's fun. It's no worries, And sometimes when people are having a conversation, two folks having a conversation on a stream, I would say it can be entertaining just to watch it, and you don't kind of want to insert yourself. It's like when you're at a party and people are like in the center of the room having a chat about something, and you just walk up to them. Like, you just don't start. Usually, I mean, if you're me, maybe you do. Maybe you go behind the person and tickle them or something. I don't know. Like make a social scene of it. Seems way worse on the computer. Okay. I am only one slice away from leveling up. So that's good, because this boss I might even need to be a little bit over leveled. He's the first really substantial boss, I want to say. 40 gigabytes in the bin. Maybe it won't be so hard for space on Poe. Oh, all you have to do is empty your bin. Gotta remember to take the garbage out. Bruh. I think like I am automating some of these moves that I need to do, and I'm just sort of intuiting when I ought to do them. Like that one right there. Oops, I got hit. I was trying to impress you with my awesomeness, but I wasn't awesoming after all. I was trying to be awesome. I was trying to do a flip backward as the arrow was trying to hit me. I was going to try to go Matrix all up in there. I get the ideas to do nice things, but then it doesn't really go the way that I imagined that it would. That's how it is. That's how it almost always is. Whoop-a-cha. Pacha. Wah. These guys blow up and spew blood everywhere, which is really toxic. If it makes you feel better, you were tabbed on the storage thing. You still only have half of what you need, though? Oh, jeez. Oh, there's this amazing... Do you ever use... Okay. Hold on. I gotta escape somewhere so I can show you something real quick. I don't know if you have it, but it's extremely lightweight, and I love it. I swear by it. It's one of the coolest tools I've ever used for 10 years. It's called Sniffer, Space Sniffer. Can I not find it? Space. No tangents. Okay. Well, if you use a tool that does sniffing, it can like basically read all of the contents of your files. It really helps you identify super fast visually where it is you need to go to get space. Here, I know I shouldn't do this, but here, this is what I want to show you. Check it out. This is worth it, okay? So it's from apparently uderzo.it. It's Italian. I've been using it forever. First time I used it was when, hold on. First time I used it, here, let's just do this real quick. Look at this. You can see that I have little, if anything, to hide. I'm like literally showing you the contents of my entire drive. This is my D drive, hey? So like, check it out. You can tell I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Mostly I have gigantic MP4s because I record all of these streams in 4K. And that's what constitutes the bulk of my use of my D drive. But this Space Sniffer 2.1021, I don't know if you can see it, hey? Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to be so grown up. I'm going to be so powerful in this matter. In this matter, I'm going to be so powerful. This. If you get this, it's free. Hey, I don't have anything to do with these people. I never am. I like raising people up and all that, but I don't have any. I don't have any skin in the game. Okay, I don't have any skin in any game anywhere. But look, this is the thing. You don't have to. You don't know how to do this in a really big way. It's pretty easy to get after. If you get this one, it's free, right? You just look it up, and it's uderzo.it. This will help you identify what you can carve out on your hard drive in like a fifth of the time. Like, this is so good, hey? So like right here, let's say I'm like, oh my God, what's this? I have this. I didn't even know I had that. And you can right click on it and you can go find where it is, or you can look up where it is, and then you can add remove it from your add remove panel in Windows, because you just don't want to like willy-nilly delete stuff, right? But like this is hyper powerful, and it often can be broken down and subdivided. Like this thing here contains 2 items, and then look, this is the breakdown of every single file in there, and it's all visual. So if you ever get a tool to help you figure out how to make more space, I want to recommend that one, because it's free and it's better than anything else I ever saw, and it's lightweight as heck too. I use it, and it literally saves me 20-30 minutes every time I like am maxed out and I'm trying to figure out like, oh my God, what do I get rid of? Because half the battle is visualizing what you have and knowing how big it is. So this shows you what you have and how big it is relative to everything else you have. Like, it's brilliant. Hey, John B., what's up? What's up? I have drops enabled for you, by the way. If you're playing Poe, I see that you're on Twitch. So, and I'm also specifying the correct category. That means if you watch me, you get a free pet on Path of Exile 2. Oh, why are you annoyed? Talk to me. Is it because I'm not playing the game? Talk to me. Talk to me, Goose. Yeah, you can check. Oh, but wait, hold on. Gaming Malone, I think you did it yesterday, but you have to go to pathofexile.com, and you have to log in, and you have to go to manage accounts, and all this is on the main page, right? When you log in, it's on the main page. It's on the bottom right side. And then when you get there, you'll see that there are multiple tabs. It's the second tab. Look at the bottom of that tab. There's a Twitch option. Authenticate by clicking the connect button on that, and then you're going to get drop credit, but not before. So you got to do that first, or you'll be sad. I think you did it already, but I'm not sure. John B's all like, I'm very annoyed. Okay, let me try to play the game now. Maybe I can take some of your woes away. You can watch me sort of fumble about as I play. I spend more time talking than playing. There's a bit of, I left to check when I was on the pewter. I left it to check when I was on the pewter. I love when you're talking about the pewter. Difficult to Poe linking? Nah, it's easy. It's easy. and then you'll feel better. Halfway through Act 2 with the Huntress, I decided let's go do my Ascendancy, John says. And it turns out when selecting what to ascend, I'm into a Ranger, and I'm following a completely wrong build for my class. Oh, dude. Oh, can it play ranged? I bet you can play ranged very well because I do primarily distance-based attacks. So like, watch. Let me show you the bread and butter of this whole thing. If I can get my head on straight. So like that, I can throw this out at a distance. Then I can shoot out that. And if I'm very good at it, I can time them exploding together at a distance. Okay, that's one thing. And then I can find somebody, and I can leap into them. Like, watch. Whoop-a-cha! And then I could go, wah, wah. So, like, basically, I can leap forward at a distance. Basically, when I want to have melee, I can initiate melee at a distance. You following me? So, like, is Huntress capable of being a ranger? Yeah, you're damn right. Well, it might be even more fun to play that way. Like, I'm just into the idea of a Spirit Walker because I like solo leveling. So here, let me show you my tree, brah. Let me try to show you my tree, brah. I don't even know if I can show you my tree. How do I get to my tree? There, I found my tree. Look at what I'm doing, man. So this is for you, John B. Do you see this here? Hey, Scotta. How you doing? Hey, you know that whole crane game thing? I finally broke through like 8,000. I'll have about 10,000, I think, in an hour or two for views on that thing. So I'm happy. That one's so much fun and good, and it's all because of like you and Adam Meisner keeping me going with the cool ideas of things to try. So Gaming Malone, you say I love shields and paladins, but I'm a ranger at heart. Maybe druid. You've deleted your character and will sulk a few days, then pick a different class. Oh, dude. So wait a minute. You like literally 100% picked something not Huntress. Like you picked like a ranger, not a Huntress. So you didn't go down the path of Huntress to become like Spirit Walker. Is that what you mean? Or because here's the thing, if you did pick Huntress and you're just evolving the Huntress into the direction you're okay. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. That sucks so hard. That sucks. Do you see the shape of things? Look at my crazy ass tree here. By the way, people who don't know, look at this tree. Like, it's not a tree. It's more like a constellation of stars. I think it's better. Sometimes you call progression systems trees. This is a constellation. Guten Morgen. Wrong tab. But look at this. I'm making almost a direct diagonal line. It's the shortest possible line to get to the point of this trusted kinship. Let's say you have two companions of different types. Gives you more sort of reservation efficiency for companions. And so, like I'm like 1, 2, I'm okay. And I'm like, oh, thanks for following me. I'm like a minute away from being able to actually have this benefit. And then I have to get to like level 21, I think. It's 21, and you do it through a skill gem to get yourself empowered for Skill Walker. And then you can basically what's called tame the boss. So you ascend into Spirit Walker, and then you get the skill that you throw into your gems here called Tame the Boss. I think it's literally called Tame the Boss. I think it's called Tame the Boss, which is kind of ridiculous, but very, very on the nose. Like, it's a Drax special, that one. 21. Okay, so it is 21. I see. Okay, well, then there you have it. And right now I'm... oh my god, I'm trying to highlight my bar at the bottom. Okay, level 17, and I'm 2% away, so I'm like 2 or 3 hits away from being 18. So I need 19, 20, 21. I need 3 loose levels. That'll probably take, knowing me, 2 straight days because I talk so much. Oops. You know, when you want to see how a huntress really plays, if you just wait long enough, somebody will come on who wants to kind of compare notes, and then they'll join me in the game, and they'll actually show what it's like to have the character set up. It's so embarrassing. No, it's not embarrassing. It's awesome. I had a level 47 huntress come on and showed me like 5 or 6 different bosses that she had tamed, and man, they look so cool. They look so good. Anyway, in terms of Huntress, I haven't tried Ranger before, but I love Huntress. Like, basically, I've done Monk a little bit. Not enough, although I really should have, because Monk is super fun. And then I did Warrior, Titan Ascended, Volcanic Detonator build. And that's where I was, funning it around. Really, a lot of theory crafting on that build. And I got to the point where pretty much face rolling everything, I don't know, somewhat deep into maps, I suppose. And I based my build off of someone, I'm forgetting his name, but I don't know where he got the information from. But anyway, Volcanic Detonator build is incredibly melty and fun. It's like you make the entire screen just explode in lava. It's pretty cool. So I'm really excited to see what I can get out of the Huntress build. It plays so completely differently that I just can't even believe it. So like you dip in, it's like you jump in and then you jump back. You're like boom, 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 like boom. Here we go. One more time, watch. Boom, 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 boom. See this range control? This is kind of like, I would guess, the bread and butter of the Huntress build. Like what you just saw, the control of range is kind of everything. And that attack that I was doing that you saw me leap in and do, it's a melee attack. It's a melee attack that you deploy at distance. And the further away you are when you deploy this melee attack from the target, the more damage you do. And that's also true for this move right here. See that? If you end up hitting the person at the very edge of the swipe, you do more damage. So suffice it to say, okay, and look at this one here. Okay, see this? That's a distance-based one, right? And look at this one. This is chained lightning, and when you hit one enemy, it chains through all of them. So I think you can see very clearly that, I understand why you picked the Ranger build, because the Huntress is fundamentally like a Ranger, but no bow. Like not a bow, a spear. It's like same thing, different implement, right? So that's what I would say is the case. Now let us go in and celebrate that level up that I just did, because I did just level up. I'm making an L. I'm making a sideways L, y'all. Yo, yo, yo. Yo! Oh my gosh, I'm so close. You need to have 65 dexterity, apparently, in order to tame beasts. So that's a prerequisite. You need to be level 21 and I think have 65 dexterity. That's what somebody told me. I think it's true. This is it. Next step, I begin to have companions. Do you know, I haven't had companions in a minute, brah. Companions are a type of reviving minion that are more complex and powerful than typical minions. By default, you can only have one companion at a time. One companion of any type summoned at a time. So then I feel like I need a stave. Do I? No. I'm supposed to keep a spear, right? I'm gonna ask Grok, okay? Please hold. Please hold. I have a quick question to ask. We just learned about misophonia. Good old misophonia. Okay, PoE to PC game. I never need to do that. It has enough context with the first, but help me figure out a strategy for prepping level 19 Huntress for level 21 use of tame the boss skill gem, and what I would in general use to raise them, and then in general to raise them, such as, can I use a spear still, or do I need a stave? etc., etc. Only the latest info. Mate, Mateo 007, hello. Does Poe 2 crash a lot on PC? I want to get it, but I hear mixed reviews. Mateo, that's a very good question. I have somebody who's currently trying to make room on their hard drive. This person lives in, name is Gaming Malone, and lives in Australia, and trying to make it run on a laptop. Okay, so Gaming Malone is right there below you. Just said 1 sec. And the question is, can it be run on a laptop? And what is that laptop? So the question is, can it run on a mid-tier or even something just a little bit under mid? And I would guess yes, probably. But my particular rig, which let's see, what are you on? You're on YouTube. I think I'm sharing my rig on YouTube. I think I am. I mean, it's okay, right? I have a 5070 Ti, and I do have a pretty good AMD CPU. It's a decent rig. It's not upper tier, right? I don't have a 5090 or a 5080. I've got the next one below that. It has a lot of RAM. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, and it does take up, I would say, if I'm analyzing it, somewhere approaching 8. So it depends on how much RAM you have and what your card is, mostly, for sure. It's a good question, and if it runs for you, you'll be happy. Look here, let me just show you. As long as you ask me a fair question, so let me give you a fair response. So I'm currently rendering in DirectX 12. You can also render in Vulkan. I can actually share the render buffer in Vulkan when I'm set up that way, but it doesn't look as good. There's a bit of screen tearing, even though I've got a decent rig. So instead, I just share my desktop to you as I play, and I use DirectX 12. And yes, as you can see, I have the RTX 5070 Ti. I am running at 4K. I'm using upscale for NVIDIA DLSS, so it kind of depends on what you're set up for. Here's a question. Can you play No Man's Sky? That sounds like it's out there, but for me, I noticed that the comparables are like, can you play No Man's Sky with fairly high settings? If you can play No Man's Sky, you can probably play this. I mean, that's a bit of a leap, but I think it's probably an accurate leap. Now, you do have some abilities, like you can turn down the quality a bit, hey? Like, it's not as wildly configurable as some games with, like, excellent, spectacular rendering teams. Does the developer Grinding Gear Games of this game have a great rendering team? I'm not sure. I would say that they're leaving some performance on the table. That's my guess. But if you look at my settings, I'm set to high. It's the default, though. And then my only choice is to go down to medium. So it does have some flex downward, hey? So as I look at it. And my shadow quality is at ultra. I mean, I don't have any performance issues while I'm playing the game, even when there's maximum number of polygons with texture on them and shaders, everything running, and all of the effects, all of the particle systems flying around. And I have like maximum lights and sunlight, and I think it runs acceptably. And it's been out for a while, so they've been improving the performance over time for sure. Okay, I have NVIDIA Reflex on. I didn't even know I had it on. Oh, damn. You know what? I should actually go back and I should look. Interesting. I haven't looked at this in a bit, hey? Target frame rate 120 is obnoxious. Can I even move this? It doesn't even let me move it. What use is this if I can't? Oh, shit. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I'm going to wait for the program to respond. Oh, boy. So this is what I have to say about the rendering team. They might be nice, but I'm not sure how nice. If you don't have really strong math heads, not meth heads, math head renderers on your team, you end up with things like this, like dumb stuff, where it's like I play around with one of the settings and the game basically crashes and just says like, fuck you, go right to hell. It's like, I think you could probably make the game a little more stable than that, no? So look, I didn't even change it. Okay, look at my performance in the upper corner. So look up there. I've got, I'm using about 5.5 gigabytes of VRAM. So you got to have probably about that much. If I put all my settings down to medium in the main menu, not in the game, that's the key when I'm not rendering the 3D world, then you can probably get that down a bit more. And it's taking about 2.6 gigabytes of RAM, not VRAM, but RAM. And CPU is standard, like 3 milliseconds for me is standard, like all the games that I play are like that. And the frame rate is capped at, I mean, the frame rates that I'm hitting are 60, but I drop it down by 2 because I have, it goes a little bit better if I leave tiny room for imperfections at 60. In this game, I played with it a little bit, and in order to get through and make it look its best, I did have to fiddle around a little bit in my NVIDIA settings. So let me, this is the last thing I'm going to do. Don't ever say I didn't try to address your question fully. Because you can see I'm that guy. First and foremost, I love solving people's problems. When I first got into the video game industry, most recently I was an executive producer. But I was doing QA and tech support, and I would go between doing the quality assurance and tech support. This was in California when I worked at Electronic Arts. I'd go back and forth. So I'd either be in email or on the phones helping people, or like attached to a project, trying to make sure it's sturdy and bug-free. That was the way it worked back then for people in QA, is you'd spend time on the phones. And so my most fun in the industry, arguably, other than the quirky, amazing, super smart people that I got to work with at the top, was just honestly being on the phones, fixing people's problems. I get a huge charge out of making things go better for people. I don't know. That's just kind of the way I'm built. But I'm trying to find NVIDIA. Hold on. Give me a sec. I'm opening up my control panel. Please hold. Please hold. And seeing if I can find where specifically I can jump in. Yeah, program settings. Okay, so here, I tried doing some stuff for Crimson Desert. I don't even know if you can see this. It's probably pretty small on your screen, hey? But I'm looking for Path of Exile 2. It's possible I don't even have it, like specified. But I'm pretty sure that I do. Here's my Path of Exile 2. So let me see if I'm just using global settings for everything or not. Oops. Global setting. You know what? I have to take it back. I thought I'd done some specific work for this one. No, it's just running right out of the box for me. So I'm just going to type to you now. There you are. Anyway, I hope that helps, bro. Oh. So will it run for you? Maybe. Is this the best sort of rendering forward development effort by a developer? And Path of Exile 2 is made by Grinding Gear Games. Like, honestly, I would say it's probably mid. Will it play on your system if it's mid or better? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, of all the games that I'm playing, Crimson Desert is my favorite game of all time. I mean, I inhale games. Not lately, because I've been down on the money and all that. So, but like, I have standbys now. The whole industry has changed in the way people consume games now. People stick with a product that they love and they play it for like 10 years. It's like we're all like that now, right? So like Path of Exile, put it this way, if you get the game, it's not going anywhere. Like, you will come back to it at least 4 times a year and you'll restart your love affair with it, because they have major quarterly beats of the product. Like just a couple days ago was a big beat. and the game is spectacularly different and better. So if you're going to give your money to a developer, I'm going to say give it to Grinding Gear Games. That and Crimson Desert, those are the two doozies right now. I'm playing some other fun ones, but here, let me just show you real quick what I'm playing. What else am I playing? I don't know. Can I figure out how to open up my Epic Gear Games? My Epic Gear Games. My Epic Games. I conflated Grinding Gear with Epic Gear. Epic and grinding. Somehow they're of the same ilk in my brain. So I'm playing some Vampire Crawlers as well, as you can see. These are the three that are on tap for me right now. Vampire Crawlers is by the people who did Vampire Survivors, like the top-down sprite, crazy retro bullet hell. It's so good. So Gaming Malone, you say, when you're done with that, can you explain about keys briefly, please? I need to do something special. I'd normally wait to ask, and I'll ADHD and I'll forget. Okay, well, you and me both. Okay. I am nothing if not riddled with ADHD, but it comes with some benefits as well, like being able to sit down and stream for 10 hours straight and not even break a sweat. When you say keys, let me know about that. How do you mean about the keys? You mean the keyboard, I imagine? The answer will be yes. You will be fiddling around with your key bindings like crazy, and at first you'll feel like a fish out of water in this game because it has a very high bar of confusability. The email from Po2 mentions keys. Oh, you mean like a key to like get? I'm sorry. No, it's not you. It's me. If I were a little bit smarter, I would have realized what kind of key you're talking about, given where you're at. The context is exactly what would help, and the context can only be, what is my key to use the game? So, are you on Steam, or are you on Grinding Gear Games website, or are you on Epic Games? Like, what is your platform? Because that will mostly answer the question. I mean, it won't answer it. It'll allow me to answer it a little bit. Steam. Right. Okay, so here. Let me fire up Steam real quick for you. I'm going to fire up Steam. Doing it. Oh, I have to update Steam first. Okay, I don't think this will cause a crash in Path of Exile, but you never know. You never know. We try it and we find out. There's my Steam on top, y'all. I'm going to show you where you go. He says confidently, even though he doesn't know, but he thinks he'll be able to figure it out. So I think last I did it was I went up here into Steam. No. It's up. Okay. Redeem a Steam wallet code. Do you see this? So you see View Games Library. You got to go to Games. So yeah, up at the top. Do you see where I'm at there? Go to Games, go to Redeem a Steam wallet code. No, activate a product on Steam. I'm sorry. This is what you do. You put the key in here, bra bra bra. Bra 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 bra. So get that key and put it here. And then you'll be golden. You'll be so golden, bro. Okay. What do I have on my library? Let's take a look at my library while we're here. Just, these are my favorites on Steam. As you can see, I'm a little bit silly. Oh, hey. Hey, y'all. Oh, it's like the physical stuff on PS? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. No worries. I thought you meant keyboard, because you will be probably playing around with your keyboard layout over time. I have almost zero doubt that you will, because it's a game where you need to figure out how to meet it halfway. Like some games, you can just go all the way there and play it, and it's fine. But sometimes you can customize it a bit. You need to play Windrose again. Oh, I want that game so bad. That one looks so much fun. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is coming out as well. That one, I think that might be the alpha and the omega. There's a Dreamcast game that had pirate ships that you flew in the air called Skies of Arcadia. That's my that's my favorite pirate game of all time. I was on the Dreamcast, man. But anyway, here's what I wanted to quick show you before I get back to playing Path of Exile 2, and I will shut down Steam and all that. But Night Rise, Vampire Night Rise. I have a good friend who he's doing solo leveling of his own, but in game making, it's hard nowadays to have gainful employment at a big AAA publisher. Not that you should, mind you. Nowadays, you should strike out on your own and try to hit the Grand Slam because you'll get more of the proceeds, you get more of the money from it. But anyway, he's working on this title. It's called Vampire Hunter Night Rise. It's about to come out soon. His name is Trevor Da Silva, and darn if he isn't one of the best designers in the industry now. After playing the demo of this, I was just like so proud to have worked with him. At the time, he was in QA with me at Electronic Arts in Canada, and but he was always so smart. Like, he literally taught himself how to program to take a job from somebody who like had the idea. Oh, it's like Hexen, so it's like a first-person single-player experience. If you ever played Hexen, it's almost exactly like that, but with wild UX inventions and improvements, and some of the best level design I've ever seen, including a good, healthy dose of verticality. Basically, it's like the beautiful, quirky beating heart of id. It would be like that. It'd be like some kind of really, really sweet, interesting, slightly more cerebral, slightly more paced experience of like a Hexen. I think you really like it. I'm so excited for when this comes out. I love it so much. This is one to watch. It's an indie hit that's forthcoming. Anyway, let me shut all this down now. Excuse me. Oh, some people don't like first-person games because they make them sick as hell, or it's just not their vibe. And yeah, I totally get it. Give me one sec. I'm going to actually shut down Steam because I'm of the belief that... I'm trying to do my shortcut. All right, hold on. I'll try not to Control Alt F4. Don't do that, by the way, if you just heard me. It won't keep you online, let's say. Okay, so do I have... Again, I have so little to hide in this life. I just don't care. Take a look at everything I have running on my computer, y'all. No, it's not running. Okay, that's fine. Apparently, Path of Exile is at a very high power usage. Bruh, bruh, bruh. What the hell? Rude. You got the last social event done in Black Flag. Nice. Well, I bet you got some serious streamable content from that, hey? Yes, do tell. Explain. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced social events, bruh, bruh. By the way, he's one of like the biggest streamers for Assassin's Creed on Earth. He's very successful in his role. And he's also very unbiased. He's damn good. Very fair and good. Like, if you want to get distorted, sad lies, go to IGN. If you want the real shit, like, subscribe to him on YouTube. And you will know more about things. You'll know better about the things. Oh, are you just like boning up with it? Ah! What is happening here? Why is he doing all the nuking? Bane Crusher is quite the hardcore boss here, I'm learning. I'm learning to fear this boss. I'm learning to fear him. Whoop-a-cha, wah, 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 wah. Alright, I'm just gonna put the fear of God into Bane Crusher. It's not really working. He's really good. He's actually really good. What the hell? This guy can take a beating. So Gaming Malone says, okay, I never got that far in my several attempts, I guess. Can I get a what? Can I finally? You know what? You know what I'm trying to do right now? I'm actually I'm trying to parry him. I haven't done parrying in ages with this build. I think it doesn't really help. Wabbacha! Anyway, he's done. Wow, he's ludicrously tanky. I got the lesser essence of electricity. You know what I could use even more, though? Something that gives me cold resist right now. So, let's see. Gaming Balloon says, okay, I never got the far in several attempts, I guess. Mateo7 says, what character class is this? Ah, this is Huntress, yeah. Here, take a look. Take a look at me playing the game for you. I don't have that much life. I am focusing on evasion and energy shield, and I've got a decent mana pool. I never run out. My evasion is 37% base, but if I do that, look, it goes up to 41%. Watch, it'll go back down in a sec. Probably couldn't even see that because I'm not rendering my cursor on the screen. I don't understand why OBS doesn't respect the cursor game. Like, if I go into my settings in OBS, that's my streaming software. It's like the de facto, you know, it's what everybody uses for the most part. And I look there, it should show my mouse cursor. Everything would be so much better when I'm playing Poe if you could see where my mouse cursor is. Everything would be so much better. It drives me nuts that it doesn't. Hold on. So right now, I have 49% resist to fire and only 18% to cold. And I have a big skill check coming in the form of a boss that does almost exclusively cold damage. And I need to mitigate that. He's susceptible to fire for sure, and everything's susceptible to chaos, seemingly. And probably does pretty good with lightning attacks as well, but I'm mostly just physical in what I do. The Huntress is very rangy, okay? And when the Huntress does area of like a melee, it's initiated at a distance. And the further you are away when you initiate it, you like leap in to attack, the more damage that you do. And then you do control like this. Watch. See, like he's coming for me. Boom. See, I can kind of force myself to disengage from the battle so that he can't hit me. You see that? I can kind of keep out of range of his attacks if I'm doing a good job. So, and I'm still getting used to the build, let's say. Huntress is amazing. I feel like Huntress is... Follow me on this. I feel like, personally, Huntress is twice as hard as a warrior. You know what? No, I want to say literally, and sounds crazy, 3 times as hard to play well as a warrior. It's 3 times harder than warrior. Some people think warrior's harder to play. I don't get it. I don't see why. I don't see how. You can basically hold your shield up, and the second you have an audio cue like dink dink and you let go, you pulse the energy that you receive from them, kind of like Black Panther, right into them. Like, just that alone lets you get through the early part of warrior, like, literally with ease. Like, I don't even have to think. I just, like, you know, hold my shield out, time, and then, like, I bounce back the damage at them. So I would say this is 3 times harder than using my warrior. And I've been Titan Ascended playing maps with Volcano Detonator style build. And then Monk is twice as easy. So, like, it's possible, especially with the Stone Fist variant of the Monk that was just released a couple days ago in the new season. It's possible to just one button through Act 2 by the time you get there if you've ascended into Stone Fist. Like, you can one button it and not die. Just like one button and go, go, go. Like, if you're not set up for WASD, you can just one button the whole thing. Like this. I'm going to use my pointer finger on one button, one single button, and basically you choose to, it's the unarmed route there. So this one, by contrast, the range that you need to maintain, like the spacing from the enemy, is, I'm going to say, sophisticated. And it's really taxing my brain Like if I weren't streaming and thinking and talking aloud and just playing, it would be probably a lot easier. But so this one is not necessarily stream friendly. Monk and Warrior would be very stream friendly, I think. But I love Huntress. So far, I'm like, this is my favorite style of play. It's so dynamic, and there's so many things I can do. It's just nuts, all of the permutations. Like, are you looking at all the stuff I'm doing? I don't know, like I'm weaving in and out of like 6 or 7 different skills. Like if you look at down in the bottom right corner, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, that's right. 11 different skills that I'm dancing in and out of while I play. And it feels to me like this particular class wants that. So I feel like if you're playing the game for the first time or you want a more low-key chill experience, Huntress is not your choice. Now, it might become your choice because apparently when you get the ability to tame a boss, I think at that point it becomes a lot easier to play. Like you could kind of let them go to town and munch. Like you let bosses like munch away on the enemy. And maybe that's your reward for like struggling in the early part of Huntress, because I feel like this is quite complex. It's quite a complex experience all in all. I want to say, and to be fair, as a warrior, all I focused on was which is my last one that I played. Warrior, I focused on armor, hey? Because everything derives out of armor, seemingly almost everything about my character. Like, my armor even influences how much volcanic detonation I can do. Like, the more armor, the more damage I do. So it's like, I didn't have any evasion. Like, I had 0 evasion on my warrior, and I had no use of shields. So and I wasn't using mana. I was forking everything into my health pool. So basically, I had reduced complexity on the warrior to an extreme degree. And so now here I'm having to manage 3 or 4 systems that I never had to before. And I noticed that frenzy is another thing that gets spun up with this character. And so it has rage, frenzy, some other thing. And so I'm like, okay, the systems are they're somewhat engaging and dynamic in this character. So if you're going to play it, get ready for some complexity, in my opinion. And I played 2 other builds, a fair amount. So I think I have at least an approximation. I think I'm going to be somewhat accurate in what I'm telling you about. Just be ready for a little bit of skill-forward complexity. I think you'll really like it, though. I mean, all of that having been said, it's my favorite class that I've played so far. And I like the aesthetics of this character as well. She reminds me of Starbuck in the reboot of Battlestar Galactica. For some reason, I get that vibe from her. She's just kind of like a badass, you know? She's just a badass. So I think we all like our heroines to be badasses. And I'm not talking about the drug. I'm talking about a female hero, a heroine. I'm not talking about the heroine. I'm talking about the heroine, okay? Okay. For God's sakes. Get your heads out of the gutter. This isn't a Fenty Fold experience. Folding the enemies in the straightforward way. And being health conscious. Okay, just spamming this attack on this character as I try to catch up with my... Oh, sorry, Adam. I'm so slow to catch up with you. On Rumble, Atomizer says, wait, what's Control-Alt F4? Is that close? Is that close everything? Sorry, that was like 10 minutes ago. Yes, it's close everything if you do that. You know what? Back when Counter-Strike had just been spun off due to open sourcing culture from Half-Life, I was playing Counter-Strike when it first came out, and somebody said Control F4, and I guess I was I was less savvy then, and I think I did actually press it, and I was a low ping bastard, and I was probably at the top of the kill chart. I think I was generally getting like 20 kills a run. It was I was really good at that game back then. But I also had a ridiculously fast internet connection, which is good for 25% more kills, I swear. Like, I was sub 5, okay? Like, I was like 2 millisecond. I was a 2 millisecond LPB, low ping bastard. And anyway, but somebody said Control Alt F4 gets you like the special feature or something, and I did it. You say you remember that from Guild Wars, this old MMO? I know about Guild Wars. I love Guild Wars 2's introduction of the pickup group. That's the coolest thing I ever saw innovated in an MMO. That's the coolest thing I ever saw. Just basically, you're in the region with people. You have people fighting you near you, and you just all of a sudden get sucked into a temporary pickup group. Like Guild Wars 2 pickup groups were just like a masterstroke of social engineering, like a way of making it so that people can play together without the embarrassment or shame or fear of rejection, because because you're fighting near each other, you just get absorbed into a party. It just sort of parties you up dynamically. That shit was next level design genius. Like that right there. So yes, Guild War. But Guild War 2, that's where it really was shining, man. I didn't play it that much because it scared me. I can lose my life in an MMO. I can absolutely just lose track of everything, and I can fall away from myself. I have to be careful with MMOs, you know? Got to try to stick with regular games. Can't get so addicted. I had to create a false finish line for the original vanilla World of Warcraft to get out because I was so addicted. Like, I had this amazing Retribution Paladin and also a really great PvP warrior. I think I was in the top 3 on the server for PvP, and I just decided, if I don't quit this, I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to get nothing done ever again, and I'm going to be lost in the virtual world forever. And I could feel the suck, man. So, 2 characters that would bounce back and forth with the warrior and then the Retribution spec paladin. And I said to myself, all right, I'm going to get the latest gear possible on PvP for my warrior. If I get that done, I'm finished with that character. I managed to do it. It was hardcore brutal, but I did it. The best PvP gear on the server, which means you got to be like number 1 or something at a point. And so then, yeah, I got out. I was done with that character. And then with the paladin, I was like, all right, I got to get my sweet horse. I got to get my paladin horse. I got to get my epic mount. And when I get that, and then also when I don't know, something about Warsong Gulch, I think. Or maybe it's Alterac Valley. I needed to do something there, like to be the best of the best for a period of time, and then I will quit. And then, yeah, I managed to do that. And then I got out. Thank God. This game is so addicting. Talk about a masterclass of design. The original World of Warcraft, and I can't speak for it now, but boy, was it so good back in the day. I was so in love with that game. I thought it was so well-tuned and designed. I don't know where it's at now. I don't know what the latest. I don't know anything about it. Can't devote that much time to a game consecutively. Suck me in and I'll lose contact with reality. I'll disappear into the Matrix. I don't want to disappear. Wow. This guy's really... Look at this crustacean. Look at this guy. He's the wolf spewer. The ilf spewer. Nice. So what I just showed you there, that's a remnant that I'm going to shatter. Whoop-a-cha! And that gives you cool shit. So this is the number 1 coolest thing about this season's release of Path of Exile 2. What you get is a fast track into the gems and a fast track into the powering up of your equipment. You get to actually pick and design how you want to get a reward so that you can apply it. And like, if you look at all of, like, look, I'm not even level 20 yet, right? Like, let's just take a moment and realize that I've had almost all of these skills since level 12. Okay. If you understand what I just said in comparison to the way that Path of Exile has been in previous seasons, you realize just how skill forward this season is in Path of Exile, which is great for one reason and also daunting for another. One, having this many skills at once and trying to, like, navigate and manage your bar at the bottom right there and weave all of your skills in and out effectively, I mean, honestly, it's overwhelming. But it's the kind of overwhelming that I love, because this is the real addictive quality of Path of Exile. If you're the kind of person who likes to theory craft and get, Guild Wars 2 atomizer. But if you get hooked up and locked into like min-maxing your skills, and like you really can feel and appreciate gradual quantitative improvement of outcomes in progression-heavy games, then this is the game for you. Or if you're like if you're like a wannabe designer, or if you're an engineer, like if you're a software engineer, if you haven't gotten this game yet, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Like, what are you doing with your life? Because when I first got this game, and somebody finally convinced me to stop and get it, like, it's like, just trust me, stop. It's like a person who was born in Germany but is Vietnamese, was like over here and speaks English over here with me. I'm in southern Vietnam, and we met up, and she's trying to explain to me, listen, you have to get Path of Exile. You have to play it. Like, this is the game that you will love. You know, I know that you're a designer, producer. Like, just trust me, get it. You'll love it. And she was right. Like, I sat there staring at a wall one time for two hours straight. Like, I was staring at the wall in my head, trying to figure out the right... Here, let me show you something. Trying to figure out the right layout for both my keyboard, right? How to set up my keyboard properly, and also how to set up my side buttons on my mouse so that I could optimize play. And then, given all of that, how to min-max all of like let me show you my equipment now. How to make all of the equipment that I have with all of those little blue abilities that are attached, right? Look at all of these blue abilities. If you get the right combination from the marketplace of abilities that go on your equipment and your weapons, and you can then synergize really well with all of your skill gems. And anyway, it's just a wild multivariate, like statistical crunching mess that if you kind of swirl it all around enough, you take the chaos of the storm and you find the center of it. You get into the eye of the hurricane, and you start playing a game in a way that's makes you feel like a real hero. So this game will deliver that to you, not up front, but eventually. If you're the person who will sit there and you're happy to theory craft for a couple of hours staring at the wall. Otherwise, there's a lot of really strong community support. You can look up online like, oh, what's a good Huntress build? And I do it all the time. Right? And tons of videos of really helpful people in the community. Like, the Path of Exile community is extremely detail-oriented and funny and weird. And sometimes awful. But mostly shockingly supportive. I find it's a real mixed bag. When you find a supportive person, they're just as good as it gets. And when they're really naughty and perverse, then like, I would say 25% of the community is extreme troll. Like, it's a troll culture. In one quarter of the volume of the community of Path of Exile. The other 75%, will be broken down into two parts. So maybe like 10 or 15% of the remainder, after the first 25%, will be neophytes, like completely confused and not knowing anything, like me. Like, I'm basically a complete noob in this game, even though I've ascended 3 different characters. I'm still a complete noob. That's how complicated it is. But then the remaining number of those who aren't noobs and who aren't basically trolling you, they're all incredibly helpful. Like, they will bend over backwards to help you figure stuff out. It's pretty great. So I like the community. That's a good mixture. It's a good mixture of troll and nerdy and like dumb people asking questions like me, like don't know how to do anything. So that's what I have to say about that. And that's what's up. All right, I'm going to knock this out and try to stay alive. Okay, think Bee Gees. Think Bee Gees right now, okay? Oh, I'm poisoned right now. Oh! Oh, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening? Why do I have to get into trouble? I actually have 50% fire mitigation. So this guy coming at me like this is not even a problem. Like I'm just like fronting right there in the front. Look at that. I was in the middle of shit blowing up and I'm like, what? What's even wrong? Nothing's wrong. We don't even care. I'll just take those flames right in my face. I don't even give a shit. I don't give a shit about your flames. Here, take some of this. You know what he's probably weak to? Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh my god, I almost died. Okay, I shouldn't be that silly with it. Shouldn't be so cavalier. But look, I can ice him up. You know, he does not do well with ice. I don't know if you can imagine why that would be. He's kind of weak to ice. Look at this. This is me just screwing around to show you, to illustrate a point. So the battles, when you have them, will be typically when you fight something, you'll have a strength or a weakness to it, like almost without exception. You'll have a strength or weakness. Okay, I finally got him. Goodbye. So I have culling with this character. Culling is nice, which means at a certain point, they have only enough life left that you'll instantly kill them if you have a culling strike skill, which I do. And that includes bosses. So if you get them down to like 10, 15%, you insta-kill them, which is quite nice. Quite a good feeling as well. You just like cut something to ribbons at the very end. Feels so good. A lot of the classes have culling strike in one way or another. I think that's kind of a feature of the game more than like a particular class. Okay, so I've been on for about an hour and a half, and I've only leveled up a tiny bit, and that's kind of standard fare for me. But it is what it is. I'm gonna swap out for a couple of things. I'm playing the game of Tetris that people who play Path of Exile understand very well. You'll know very, very well what I'm doing and why. It'll make all the sense. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, I'm gonna leave. This area and come back. I'm gonna go back to the Clearfell encampment because I've got to lighten up my load because I'm all out of room.
How can I be of it?
I wonder if at some point while I'm on, if I shouldn't just outright switch to music, not worrying about copyrights, and just play, so that you can kind of get into the vibe of the game versus me explaining it incessantly. It's not the worst thing in the world to do that, because it's the kind of game that wants to be explained, but I think it might be a nice variation on the theme. I had asked a question of Grok, and I didn't get the answer about whether I should keep staves or not. And this is a staff or a stave. And sometimes they do things like help you raise the dead, or minions, or companions. And I want to just quick check what the answer was, okay? So let's see. Let me just go up here and quick peruse the answer. Okay, for level 19 hunters, prepping toward level 21, tame the boss via Spirit Walker's Ascendancy's Nature Order node. Focus on campaign progression, tame beast setup, and general hunter's playstyle. Yes, and that's from Max Roll. Max Roll is pretty legit, by the way. You're going to want to go to there. Tame beast. Okay, so let me just double check. Okay, Tame Beast is regular non-spirit skill gem. Oh, it doesn't require spirit. That's why. It's very dexterity. Yeah, you need around 72 dex. Oh, it scales with dex, moreover. Okay. It applies hindering Asmeri wisps to a rare beast. Kill it before the wisps expire to tame it. Damn. Before it dies. Okay, so you have to have the wisps procced while you kill it, and then you suck its soul out, and then you have it forever as a spirit. Very cool. Very solo leveling-esque. I haven't looked this up before, so like you're reading it with me. I mean, usually I like to do a little bit of research, but You know, lately I'm either streaming or video editing or sleeping. And like there, I just described to you my life. Or sometimes going to the local Southern Vietnamese night market, which can be fun too. But that's about it, man. Otherwise, I have not been able to allocate time to research. This game loves research. And as we all know, Victory loves preparation. Higher skill gem improves minion damage. Okay, yes, sure. Sure. Okay, so you're saying I shouldn't have spent into one of my gems already. Oh, shit. So as soon as I get... Okay, tame the boss, natural order. This is a key Spirit Walker Ascendancy node. Tame the boss. Okay, hold on. Let's go check, shall we? Hold on. Hold on a moment. Please hold. There it is. P for passive, I guess. Okay, let me look up tame. Tame. No. What about nature? What about tame? No. I think it must be not in here. Oh, wait a minute. Attuned with nature. No, that's not it. Nature's bite? Nature's bite. No, okay, so it's a different system. I'm confused. It's not in here. It's basically through the skill gems. It's through these. If I had a gem to apply, I would be able to open up the view of all of the possible gems, and I could show you the one that I will be using. But I don't have one, so I can't show you right now. That's fine. Oh, wait. I didn't get my answer, though. Sorry. Let me get down to the answer. Push through the campaign. To Act 3? Oh, my gosh. I'm still in Act... Well, am I in Act... I think I'm still in Act 1. Oh, I'm at the point of the boss where I pass into Act 2. So, and the skill check there is going to be primarily against ice. I need to be very ice resilient. Cold resilient, rather. Okay. Farm a rare beast companion, blah, blah. Compete Sekimas. Okay, this is a mishmash of partly crap suggestions. Mighty Silver Fist. Everybody's thinking about Mighty Silver Fist, by the way, as a boss to tame. I'll be getting that one for sure. Very tanky, needless to say. Support the tame beast gem with things like meat shield, loyalty, cadence, companion builds, shine, and spirit walker. Aim for strong main. Okay, but I still haven't gotten... Okay, finally. Okay, so it is a signature weapon, and you do not need a saber staff. Okay, that's the whole point of what I wanted to find out. Bows are also popular or viable. So that whole ranger vibe, if you really wanted to, you could do it still. To 007 there. Okay. And then lastly, I want to prioritize dex on gear, yes. Flat damage accuracy. Oh, really? Okay. Early companion for tanking support while you DPS. Early companion. Okay. Oh, hold on. When farm uncut skill gems, yes. Blah, blah. When is the soonest I can get a companion to fight alongside me? And how would I do that? Gear Rex, skills, support, gems, comma, what's the last bit? Passive skills, etc. Go. Tell me. Go. I want to know how far away I am. And then we'll go for it. Go, go, go. Come on. Don't make me wait. Don't keep me hanging. I feel like a hanging Chad, responsible for the delay of an election. Let's go. Hanging Rick. Exact requirements. Skill gem. Okay, so I'll need a 9+. And currently I've passed into the 5+ realm. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, it is easy. I'm almost at 72 already. In fact, I might already be. Anyway, gem itself requires around level 31. Okay. 3. Okay, so it's going to be a minute, brah. It's going to be a minute. 9+ uncut. Okay. 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 All right. Okay. All right. So basically, just keep playing the game. The long and short of it is you're not ready yet, young Padawan learner. Go back to the battle. Re-enter. And I'm going to put that away. I park these. These will be quite nice for me at a certain point. Is there anything that lets me get some cold protection? Because I think that's what we're worried about to get into the next act. By we, I mean me. I'm worried about it, and I don't know how to do it. Because again, I only have 18% cold mitigation, and I'm gonna need at least 50. I'm gonna need what I have in fire in cold. So actually, the main thing I'll be looking for is picking up a couple of replacement items, because I'm at level 11 at most for these. Look, I'm at level 6, level 11, okay, level 12. And I need to get a replacement. I need some replacement gear that helps me prioritize cold. Like, look at that. Fire resist, hey? I love that it's got life regen. That's huge for me. Say, LOL, I can give tips for being cold. Yeah. So does it get cold in Australia? I guess I'm a bit ignorant about that. Like, which part are you in? Are you in like the? It's a really big island. No, it's a really big continent. But by the way, do you know how to play the didgeridoo? Wow, 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 wow. Can you do that didgeridoo? Yes or no? Check the appropriate box for me, please. And then it didn't happen, and it's not true unless there's video proof. So you have to upload you using the didgeridoo onto YouTube somewhere, and then share the link, and then we'll watch it. Well, I'll watch it together. Anyway, that's the scheming that I have in my brain right now. Okay. Whoa, that character looks so cool. I want to spend money like you and get the see-through good. Damn, that actually looks sick. I do have a little bit of pay-to-style envy right now. I have legit pay-to-style envy. Hell yeah. Wow, that's a looker right there. Only level 9. It's a Monkey Sama, Runes of Alder, level 9. Wow, she named herself _Runes of Alder. It's very specific. That's a bit more specific than I think I would have named my character. I think I named this one, and somehow it was still available, which kind of blows my mind, but as Rings True. Is that correct? Yeah, I'm Rings True. That's my name on Twitch, so it's kind of elegant, I suppose. It would be like Asmongold creating a character called Asmongold and it actually being available and him actually playing with it. That's what that would be like. Asmongold is a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. I don't always agree with him, but he sure does make compelling cases, and he sure is fun and entertaining to watch. He says some stuff that some folks will disagree with, and others will agree with him. Somewhere in the middle is probably where I think we want to find each other. Anyway, I love to be drama adjacent without actually getting full up in it. That's the idea. The idea is that I'm drama adjacent and I don't make anybody feel bad. I don't want anybody to have a problem. Sorry, what was the name of that program you recommended earlier? Oh, don't mind if I do. Well. 1 second. 1 moment, please. Please hold. I'm getting there. Whoop-a-cha. This is free. You should 100% use it. I'm going to get it big on the screen for you so you can see exactly what it is and where to go. Hold on. I'm going to make it bigger. Hold on. Just be patient. Show me your patience. That thing right there is the shit for being able to manage your hard drive visually. As you know how when you're scratching pawn to try and find some space anywhere from anything, and you're like, God, what can I part with? And you don't know because it's all thrown everywhere. Some of it's off a root drive somewhere. Some of it's inside program files. Some of it's in program files x64. It's just like, what a pain in the ass. This completely gives you an immediate view of all the things here. Let's try it. I'll show you. I'm gonna show you everything. I show you everything. Look at all of my video files. Look at those chunky files. I save the stream as I do it in 4K. So, and I do it very incrementally. So if I crash, in Southern Vietnam, sometimes we lose our power. It's very disappointing when it happens. Like, I'll just blip off. Like, we'll be having this conversation, I'll be killing a boss, and all of a sudden I just don't exist anymore. Like, I got erased off the planet. But then it comes back after a while. And then I just hope and pray that my electronics aren't affected in any way, which generally they aren't. Anyway, this is what you want to do, okay? You do this. You do this and you'll be happy. You'll be so happy. You'll be so happy. Boom. This is free. You don't pay for it. You just get it. And it's literally one of the most helpful programs I've ever used in my entire life. I've used it for like a decade straight. Ain't nothing better for space sniffing. All right. This ad is now completed. Okay. I wonder if I still have Mana Ramparts available to me, or if it's fully reset. Yeah, fully reset. It's too much chatter. I did too much chatter, the whole thing reset. That's totally fine. There was nothing I particularly needed or wanted from that. And I am still trying to level up. So my top goal is to get better at the skills and to actually like level up. So I need lots of practice getting better. I need to get good. I need to get better than I'm at. See this range control that I'm doing here? This is huge. You jump in and you jump out. You initiate melee attacks at a distance like this. And the further away you are when you do it, the more damage you do. I mean, this is like bread and butter, like Huntress 101 stuff. Like, I'm not doing the most amazing job in the world, right? Like here, let's go full Emperor on these son of a bitches. I want you to burn in hell. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's go that. Get melted. That. Melt. So there you go. That's kind of the ranged. It's sort of somehow you're melee ranged with the Huntress, because you dive in at a distance, and then just as quick as you dove in, you get back like this. Just as quick as you popped in, then do you like get some space again. That's the fundamental beat, I think, of the Huntress. I think that's about right. Pre-ascendancy, mind you. I don't know how she rolls out her ass kickery over time, because the first time I've ever used her, and I didn't do any research. So you're discovering with me efficacy. These spears slow them down, and it's quite effective, hey? Quite love this. It's very, very cool. Like, you see that? If I do nothing else but this, I can just kind of melt them, hey? This is like the brain dead way to play. Just like, good day to you, sir. And if you look at the mana costs, they're minimal, you know? One thing I'm not doing is one of the core competencies of the Hunter system, which is constant evasion. If you're not constantly evading, you are absolutely not playing your class correctly. And so I am not playing my class correctly. And here's why. Take a look. Let's zoom in right here. If you haven't picked up cat-like agility in your Huntress, you're probably not playing it correctly. You might also want to get this one, all right? Where you start benefiting from better stun thresholds. I get stunned a lot in boss battles, and I just sit there and I get pounded and die. This would help mitigate that. So on and so forth. Elemental. Wait a minute. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This will help me in a really big way against the cold damage from the boss to get out of Act 1. Yes, much better better elemental defense. Okay, I'm sorry, but this is, okay, here's the thing. What do we learn from what I saw on Grok? This ability right here, companions, I don't even think I can have a companion for like 3 or 4 more levels, like maybe even more. Exactly, you're welcome. So like there's no sense at all to me having any of these right now. I need to invest more in my survivability with some elemental. Look at this. Basically, an inherency of my build. I'm at 18% cold. After I apply these, what will my 18% become? And by the way, in this game, more than most, the stats matter. Okay, and I mean that. A lot of people tune in like smoke and mirrors. A lot of designers smoke and mirror that shit, and they feel like perception is reality. However, this game, it's real. It's really real. The designers are very good at their jobs, and they're very strong in their quantitative reasoning, and they're very good at balancing in systems. So if I get that to 75%, let's say if I just get it to 50%, the difference when I'm going up against a cold damage giving boss is going to be extraordinary. Like I might have 3 times the survivability. Okay. So let me go back. I'm going to have a conversation with the hooded one, okay? He and I are going to talk about a couple of things, such as getting my shit together and playing my build properly. So
Greetings.
I'm going to refund my passives. Yeah, I can respec. It's cheap. It's cheap to respec in the early days, yo. Like, look, it's only 241. That's nothing. It doesn't even that's not shit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to go 1, 2. All right, so let's just start with that. I'm going to go backwards. Go back. Go back. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. And okay, remember how I showed you? Here, look, this is where it's fun. You see the cold 18%? Let's just see if this doesn't just explode upward. Of course it didn't. Shit. I thought it would affect that number straight away. It must be downwind of that. Upwind? Downwind? I don't know. Metaphor doesn't work that well. But what it means, what it should mean, is that my overall, and we can find it in here, my additional mitigation for resistances should be a lot higher. I need to figure out where that would kick in. An ailment protection. So this is it right here, hey? Oh, does it only mean if it works if frozen? Oh my God. You're probably right. Or prevents it. You know what? Both are really good. I get froze up pretty hard against the boss in Act 1. Yes. Well, here's the thing. It's like I feel like while you're watching and I don't quite understand why you get there, but you get there. Yeah, I don't. It's like Gaming Malone is actually a designer and it isn't fessing up to it. Like a systems designer, not like an art designer, but like someone who understands systems. Because you get there before I even show it in the game consistently. It's really weird. I don't understand how you do that, but it's a nice thing. I could almost bet my life that you would be a really strong designer if you aren't a designer. I've managed designers before, so I can tell. I can see a designer when I meet one. Are you a designer? What the hell are you? You're not an artist, you're a creativity? Yeah. No. Systems designers don't have an inch of creativity, but they're like hyper deductive and inductive. Like they're very, very good at thinking thoughts. Is it Winderstat? Oh, when did you send that out, bro? Damn it, Adam. I need a way to have Rumble do a little bell sound when I get a message. It drives me nuts that I'm missing when you message me. I'm sorry for missing you. Let me just type to you in Rumble. No, But that's a really good one. But that's a really good one. Maybe it's as good. But I love Space Sniffer. Meh. Sorry, I am so late on your messages today. Brah. Brah. By the way, Adam Meisner, he's over there on Rumble. He says wild things. It's like almost like I'm baiting him to do it. But he's a writer. He's a novelist. So if you go to adammeisner.com, he has free PDFs to get a feel for his writing. And if you like it, you should support him. He writes high fantasy stuff, and he's currently working on a science fiction book. And why not? Why not? If you're a reader, and if when you read his PDFs you think they're fun, then yeah, go ahead. Go to there. It's not going to hurt you much. Okay. So I should have much more resistance now when I'm battling the bosses. You know what? Actually, this should help me against blood too. This should help me with everything. Maybe. Depending. It depends on how affected I get. I don't know. If I end up seeming more survivable, then that might be a kind of indirect proof. Yeah, like I don't think I'm taking as much blood damage. I don't know. I don't know if this ailment business applies to like blood loss as well. I really don't. Oh, this guy's got a lot of shields. But now he doesn't. He did, but now he doesn't. At first he did. Okay, so I'm going to try and remember my competencies here. Let's back away. Back away. Attack. Back. Attack. Back. Attack. I really need to get super intuitively... Like, I need to be able to do what I'm doing here in my sleep. Like what you see me doing. I think that's a core beat of playing the Huntress. I think that's, like, legit the way. I have currently amazing potential to, like, set people on fire. If you look in the upper left corner, I've got Frenzy. I have 3 charges. Now they're gone. But that's the beat, right? If you find enemies and keep it going, boy, do those Frenzy charges matter. Like, they absolutely set it all on a blaze. So basically, culling strike, finishing them, puts me into like a really good place with this stuff. Let me see if I can do it. No, I wasn't able to display extreme fire. I'm working on it. You have that potential in real life. Yeah, I secretly work for grinding gears and know all about the intricacies of a game I've never played, LOL. Well, that's kind of what I was hinting at. Because you're just too natural. You're too natural at it. It's almost shocking. Ooh, look at me build up the damage and the fire. Oh my god, I love this. Grime Lord. I swear I'm more survivable. I think that change that I just made was a legit one. I might be conflating, but maybe not. Wow, this guy's strong. Why are you so strong with it, brah? Take some of your own medicine. Whoop-a-cha. Wow, I'm like right in the middle of it, and I'm not even affected.
Almost a challenge.
Yeah, no, I'm just weird and think of different cycles a lot of... Think on different cycles a lot to a lot of people. Yeah. Well, the thing about being neurodivergent is we need a certain number of people who are neurodivergent in this life because they're often the creative ones who make things different, right? Like the status quo is wonderful and we need to keep things propped up. We need to keep things going. But we also need divergence. That's how we move forward. That's how we evolve. So, yeah, I mean, good on you for being divergent. I mean, you're clearly intuitive, like, I don't know. But, like, it's a strange kind of intuition, right? It's the kind of intuition that gets you, it gets you into places that are logically sound, like, way faster than would typically be possible. It's like, you know, a lot of people, especially engineers, will go from A to Z, in order. Like, they'll sequentially do that, right? But then some folks can get to Z really quickly. Like, they've got, like, some kind of weird tunnel, like wormhole that they go through in the mind to get to a place that it's not straightforward how it happened. And I think that's more induction. So maybe you're just really good with induction in terms of thought process. I don't know. Who cares? I don't need to deconstruct why. It just is. It is what it is. Doomscar. Head to head with Doomscar, and he's not even doing shit to me. He's barely... I don't even think he can hit me, bro. Is he even hitting me at all? It's hilarious. I'm barely even getting touched. Okay, so I got an uncut spirit gem. That's my first ever spirit gem. Not a support gem, not a standard skill gem. A support gem. Now those end up giving you passives that are running the whole time while you play. I know, and it was level 4, it was dope. So let me show you. This one right here. Okay, these are some of the most valuable things that you can get in the game at any given level. So look, I don't even have any spirit right now, so I can't even use it. But when I do, I can implement a passive Herald of Thunder or Wind Dance. So, and these are interesting because you activate them and you need enough spirit to do that. I might actually get spirit as a byproduct of finishing this next boss. Like it's right around passing through an act when you get access to your first chunk of spirit. Or Herald of Blood. You know, lately I've been all about the bleed. Like, look at all this bleed action. Bleed. That's bleed. That's an inherent bleed system. The whole skill gem does bleeding, and this is bleed. In fact, I can only get more bleed if I have enough strength, and I'm low on strength, so I can't even get... Oh, wait, I have 2 strength that I've left on the table. Uh-oh. Oh, no, I knocked out at least one of my support gems. If you look up at the top, I have Dex 12 of 11, and it's red, which means when I spec'd myself and my passive skills here away from Dex, I actually lost some dexterity that was required to have one of these slotted in, like this one. So you can see this rapid attack down here. It's currently blocked from me. I don't use my Fangs of Frost nearly enough, and the boss coming up will be nearly immune to cold. So I'm gonna take this off for now. I'm gonna take it off so that the ability that I'm back in good standing with my skill, and that my spear field will once again be deployable 15% faster. That's the deal. Doesn't matter over much. I think it makes a pretty big difference. I basically don't want to respec. I want to keep that elemental ailment protection up. And so I'm just going to basically neuter one of my support gems. That's fine. And my inability of being able to use the spirit gem right now, it's fine. It's normal. It's normal to get a nice drop and not to be able to use it right away in this game. It's regular. So it's something to look forward to, you know. You mean the rapid attacks? Does it have a big impact? Yes. I feel that this character, and from what little research I did, does benefit from increased speed. The main stat of this character is dexterity, and all of the green stuff is dexterity, and all of the blue stuff is int, and all the red stuff is strength. So you can see I have 11 out of 11 capacity for the green stuff, and my Huntress does better with greater speed. And in fact, I've noticed it. It's a really feelable difference while you play. Like, it's very feelable. By the way, this life drain ability here, this is also an agility based one. Yeah, so this life drain is spectacular. Okay, so Adam, you say probably smart to type in chat, to be honest. Maybe I need to do that if I don't respond to a message for a while. Yeah. Kill all characters, avenge Ascalon, total character genocide. Sorry. Again, so here's the thing, dude. It might not be super intuitive to you guys, but I'm looking at the monitor as I play, and off to the side on a secondary, like ultra wide, like portrait monitor, I have like chats, and I have my OBS feed. And so in order for me to have a chance of seeing what you're typing on the screen, I have to look over at myself talking and the game playing instead of at the game that I play directly. And it's a small view because I don't want it to be a big view. I actually crunch it down because I don't want to keep like going and looking at myself. So it's honestly can be distracting. So I shrink it down and make it small, which means most of the time, even though you see the text coming out, I don't get to see the text coming out because it's in a small preview window of my streaming software. Because again, I don't want to get stuck staring at myself. It's like not very engaging to do that. So it means that I won't necessarily see you when you type. Like I need to figure out how to make a sound go off. In fact, you know what? I need to randomize myself for 1 second. Like, please forgive me. I am sorry. Let's go to Gemini, shall we? Let's open up a pipe to Gemini. Let's have 2 LLMs at once. Twice the LLMs, double the pleasure, and double the trouble. Double the trouble. Not going to fall into any pools and die then? No, probably not. I mean, maybe in the background, but, well, no, I'd have to be WASD moving. I'm not WASDing. Okay, so let me see here. I need to make an audio sound occur when I get a Rumble stream chat. I miss them when they are being sent to me because I'm looking elsewhere than the actual chat view of Rumble. Help me fix this. It sucks. LOL, random myth tangent. Oh. Oh, is that the movie with Chris Pine? Or am I really going off the deep end now? Speaking of falling into pools, I'm losing all sense. I haven't seen that movie, by the way. The Dungeons and Dragons movie with Chris Pine. I really want to. As I understand it, it's good. It's good. Here, give you a chance to see what I'm typing. Okay, so method 1, using Streamlabs. I don't have Streamlabs. I have Social Stream Ninja. I have Social Stream Ninja, not Streamlabs. Technically, I do have Streamlabs, actually. I do actually have it. But I would prefer not to use it. I would prefer to use Social Stream Ninja. Oh my God. Yes, of course. So I grew up with a stepdad who's a psychologist, a child psychologist. And you know, that's like a two-edged sword right there, or a double-edged. He would reference things like that from time to time. Like right when I was in my preteen phase, right, I was like obsessed with how I looked, and I'm obsessed with like what is going on with my face and like what is going on. Like I'm transforming into another human being. I'm freaking out. And so I would like sit there and like look at myself and stuff. And he would like walk by I'd leave the door open, right? Like I'm not, and he'd be like, and he'd tell me like the tale of Narcissus. And I'm like, oh my God, you trying to give me a complex? Kind of give me a complex, bruh? Next, you're going to tell me about, what else are you going to tell me about? Falling in love with my mother and shit. It's like, bro, keep the psychology for the people with pathology who are seeing you and are paying you for your services. Like, maybe don't fuck with me so much, please. Like, man, did he fuck with me? I mean, he meant well, but he really fucked with me. Like, got a guy wandering around using neo-Freudian terms because he was a neo-Freudian, and like later I'm like learning about all the things, like I'm reading like about the Jungian like dark shadow, and I'm like, man, what an asshole you were saying all these things to me about myself. Like, what a dick. And it's like it got the curse of the memory that I never really forget things, right? Not so much, maybe sometimes, but a lot of things I don't. So I remembered all that shit he said and all those terms he used, and he like maybe thought he was pulling one over on me, and I'm like, well, yeah, but you didn't know I have some form of eidetic imagery memory where like I lock in and I never forget it. And it's like, this guy said so much shit to me, dude. Well, the thing is, he's very mystical. Like, he's a mystic, Like Jung is more of a philosopher mystic, like a shaman than he was a psychologist, right? It's like Freud. Freud was like on coke benders for a lot of his career. Like the guy was like a cokehead, right? And he's like, his head was so twisted with shit that he's like, everywhere he looked, it's like there's a psychosexual dynamic. Every boy wants to have sex with his mama, and I'm just like, dude, that might be endemic, or like that might be baked into some pathologies. And maybe there's some low-lying reality to the strangeness of social systems. Yeah, Freud, of course. But it's like, yeah, that dude was like a cokehead. Like, he was straight coked out. And as I understand it, he was a bit of a prick, too. Like a real jerk. Like a real jerk. A lot of those quote-unquote great ones were jerks. Jung took it in a different direction that was more like social. Like, more like people are a tapestry. Like okay, people are connected at the quantum level, even though he didn't have the words quantum available to him at the time. But like, people are connected through like the shadow realm and all this. It was trippy, but kind of more accurate in a way, perhaps. But so the guy was ultimately debunked. Yeah, I meant Freud, and generally the case. Yeah. So anyway, but I digress. I was trying to figure out how to use Social Stream Ninja, not Streamlabs. So is there an actual way to do this, bro? Enable audio hooks. Yes, I've. You know what? I have two programs up at once. I have one that controls the sound effects exclusively. This controls all my sound effects. Like if somebody says hi for the first time, and I even like coded certain like shareware sounds in there and stuff. I don't know if I want to keep using that. Like, it's nice, it's helpful, but all it does, and I used some like C# in there and compiled it and it worked. And go back on the other tangent. Yes. I will not be ascending my Huntress today or ever. If you're wondering, I will never get to Act 3. I won't even get to the boss of Act 1. I will, and I will complete it. But probably today I will. Yes, I'm not so far. I have to fight my way to the boss, but I can do it. I mean, I beat the boss 2 other times. So anyway, okay. So let me just check here. If I open up, I'm going to make it bigger on the screen so you can read it better. You can read along with me. This is so that I can hear when Adam Meisner or anyone on Rumble or on any stream pipes in a piece of chat. And the trick for me is to have the control over whether do you get to hear it as well, or does it only go into my ear? Like, the latter's probably better, so that it's not bing, 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 bing everywhere the whole time. Like, I don't necessarily want to pipe in like sound effects about somebody just chatted. And by the way, it won't scale over time, right? If there are a bunch more people. But you say, probably be fine against the boss. Now you change some stuff. Yeah, 100%. Like, I have so much more efficacy toward this particular boss. But I want to find 1 or 2 more pieces of cold gear. And I probably will on the way to the boss. I'll probably get 1 or 2 additional pieces that will let me optimize into cold resist. And I might even have a couple waiting in the wings, and I just haven't checked yet. Good luck with fixing it. Yeah, take a brekkie. Yeah, enjoy yourself. Take it easy. And you're probably downloading Poe as well right now, so yeah. Take a break. Enjoy yourself. I'm at 2.25 hours myself, so I need to take a break too. But let me first see if I can fix this problem. Go to Sources Doc. Double-click your existing station in a browser source. Yes, that's correct. Locate the URL field. Yes. Add the speech hook parameter. Oh, this is so great. All I have to do is just add that and speech. I probably just do this in the Stream Ninja itself, hey. I could go in and modify the URL directly, but it's probably smarter to make the change in the Ninja, because that's what it does. It basically like packs up parameters on the end of a URL. That's basically what it does. Both the extension and the standalone app of it. And it just lets you pass it into your streaming tool, which in this case would be OBS. It's, it's almost ubiquitous. Everybody uses it. All the cool kids use it, and even the ones who aren't cool, we all use it. Use it or lose it. So let's see. Control audio via OBS. Yes. Yeah, I already have that enabled. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to live with it for today. I'm not going to do the change in real time. I'm not going to be... F it will do it live like Bill O'Reilly did on the O'Reilly Report that time. Not this time. I'll probably be able to do it off stream. I'll just do it the moment I get off. And then we'll test it at the beginning of the next stream. Because I need more context. Like, I need to make sure it's not making dinging sounds the whole time while people text, because, like, that won't scale. Like, when I got 6 or 7 people on at once, like, all the ding, 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 every time somebody, like, hops on, it will be unbearable. It's okay if it goes into my ear. And I could probably put, like, a delay in the frequency of how often it does make a sound. But anyway, I'll figure that out off stream. So, yes, I have overhead for int. I have overhead for strength. That's excellent. And we are trying to optimize for cold gear before I get to the boss. And we are heading to the boss. On the way, I'll probably level up one more time. We'll see. Electricity. Lightning. Lightning bolt. Exploding. Exploding things. Exploding all the things. Wow. My elemental resist, or whatever it is that's giving me more survivability from effects, it's making such a big difference. Like, I can just stand in the middle of the fight and they're barely even touching my health. I mean, it will remain to be seen if it stays like that, but it's kind of impressive for the time being how effective that appears to be. Like, I'm barely even taking damage right now. And all I did was alter 3 of my passive skill nodes. Damn, that's what they're there for. I should have figured as much. I really should have. Like, look, I'm barely even taking damage. And I'm just going toe-to-toe with everybody. I feel like I haven't been playing... I've been playing with one hand tied behind my back, man. Dang. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So... I was pathing my way to here, trusted kinship, and if you look, I'm making an L. Okay, who dat? Hey, Ajab, nice to see you. I'm pathing my way to the corner, and I'm making a little L of it, but I won't be able to use that companion twofer for like 5 levels, 6 levels anyway. It's a total waste of time to have that. Instead, I removed some of those nodes, and I reapplied them right here. So I was splitting to get cat-like agility, which means every time I roll and dodge, I get like 6, 7, 8% more missability. Like if you try to hit me as the enemy, you're more likely to miss. And that's very cool. But I hadn't gone down this line, which is elemental ailment threshold, and there's like blood everywhere, right? There's blood on the ground. There's blood on the walls. There's blood on my face. There's blood on my mace. And so basically by using these 3 that I've allocated now, I think I'm way more survivable. I won't get stunned as much. That's for one thing, which is great. And then for another thing, when I come into contact with strong ailments, see, this is it right here. This is what I've got a lot of now that I had none of before. Blah, 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 lots of text. Basically, if there's an enemy delivering cold to me, which is what the next boss will be doing, and I'm only 18% mitigated, I need more like 50 and up. I'm like 50 for fire, but that's not really what I need right now at all. Then what will also come in, what will happen to me is I'll get frozen, or I'll get some other bad effect because of the cold, because I'm not cold resisted. But now I have an offsetting element, which is element ailment threshold, which means I'm not going to have as much of an effect from the cold. So I can mitigate against the cold that I receive, but then I can also fight it off better if I have it. So basically, I think under the hood, if there's some relational number, some standardized value that shows how good am I against cold now, I think I probably tripled my viability. But I didn't just do it for cold, I did it for everything that has a status of effect. So I feel like I don't know if I ever want to get rid of those nodes. It's just fundamentally easier now for me to play and stay alive. It's like much easier. Bordering on maybe 50% easier. It's kind of nuts. Quite cool. I'm happy I tinkered with that a bit. It's good to tinker in this game. This game is all about the tinker. So the reason I was able to set them all on fire is if you look in the upper corner, look up here where I'm lighting it up, frenzy charges. When you jump in and use a culling strike, let me show you. When you use a culling strike, you call the weak with this. You, for one thing, you drain health, and you have a quicker rate of recovering your own health. That's at a loss. That's nice. But for another, it increases your frenzy charge. And frenzy charges make shit go on fire when you do certain skills. So, and then if you maintain a steady state of all of that, if you keep consistently fighting, oh, here comes a bad guy. He's going to give me some trouble. I tell you what. He's going to try to hurt me. I'm going to put cold on him. I started trying to be a little bit smarter in my approaches. I started doing like antithetical damage types where possible. Started thinking more a little bit about how to min-max myself. Look at the fire that's whipping up. The fire that's whipping up right now is owing almost exclusively to the fact that I have frenzy charges that I'm proccing while I'm fighting. It's kind of a big deal for this build anyway, that you be doing that. Oh my god, I almost died. I gotta get out of the blood pool. I mean, if you have enough blood at your feet, then it's still gonna be a problem. Oh no. Looks like I have 2 bosses, 3. Okay, I'm adding everything into the fight at once. Well, it's time for lightning, chain lightning. Whoop-a-cha! Chain lightning. Da 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 da. Wah, 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 wah. Get out of here. Why don't you leave me alone? And I've lost my shields, but I'm still really survivable because of my elemental ailment threshold gains from my node tweaks. Like, look at this. I'm so much more survivable than I just was a minute ago. It's crazy. So much better, bro.
Need more time.
And there we go. We're proccing hella. But you know what? It's fire stuff, and he doesn't really care about the fire so much. Let me get back into the freeze. Because he's really weak to freeze. Like, look, if I just do this, I'm slowing him down, and I'm I'm slowly freezing him to death, and goodbye. A worthy foe. A worthy foe. Journey. And that increases my frenzy counter up at the top, right? Which then when I'm in a steady state of fighting and I'm not talking and I'm just going from pack to pack to pack of mobs, it goes well like that. So Ajib says, you woke up with chacarone, 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 macaron, chacarone, rah, 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 rah. Then I remembered you played it on a stream not too long ago. That's right. That's right. I'm getting into your head. I'm messing with your brains. I'm stirring it up. Stirring it up in there like so much egg. Rapid attack, right? Oh, that's right. I can't use that right now. Okay. Okay. So I'm all full up. You know, I'm all full up on the things. So that means I need to head back. I need to get back. Well, I'm just seeing if I can do some Tetris to bring one more thing in. No, not really. Nope. This is the Poe experience, right? As we know. You spend some period of time going back to encampment and dealing with your inventory. It's just the beat of the game. But what we're doing, what we want, is more cold resistance, okay? So I'm going to go here and sell stuff, but carefully look to see if there's something that I would be getting rid of that has cold resistance. Look at that. Does this have any cold resist? Oh no, but it's got hella good maximum life and int. So this is like a stat stick for me, okay? It's giving me 9% lightning resist, but what I really need is cold resist. So that 9% cold resist is legendary benefit. It's like legendary, brah. So I think what it means is I need to... I don't see any other cold on here. So I need to keep this shield, and I'll switch to it before the fight. But it also means I ought to consider leveling it up. Putting some effort into making it a little bit better. And let's see, this one is... Nope. Okay, so I'll sell this.
That'll be useful.
Brimmed hat. No, it's got armor. I prefer energy shields and evasion. I almost entirely ignore armor at this point. I think that is about the right fit for this particular character, for this class. I think so. I think so. That's a level 11, and I'm just a little bit curious if it would be worth investing in it. No, that has cold resist. So the only place I do have cold resist is on my main chest piece. So let's think about what other cold success. Okay, so, but yeah, again, that's the same deal. What about this one? No, all of these I don't. Okay, we're looking for cold resist of any type that could help me survive better. I don't have any cold resist on my current. Apparently it's a tiara. I didn't know that. I didn't know I had a tiara on, y'all. I didn't know I was trying to be like a princess. I didn't know it, y'all. That has fire resist, which is fine and good, but not what I need, actually. Not for the boss coming up. This one, I'm going to take this over here, and I'm going to invest in it. And I'll see if I can reveal a cold stat. And if so, I'll be very happy. Oh, this has cold resist. This one doesn't. But it also, well, I don't need the int right now, to be honest. You know what I really need to do is I need to level up my cold resist, brah. All right, I'm bringing it over. Worth it. It's happening. It's happening. And we'll see if I can level that one up. So this I'm going to keep over in the corner. No, I really... Well, that energy shield is nice and I'm getting out of that. I don't really need it, though. So I'm going to go park it over here for now. I'm going to just put it dead center. That's something I might want to come back to. Okay, I'm almost done looking. I want to see if there's anything that has cold on it in the way of cold, 1 to 3 cold damage, 2 attacks. No. Fire damage is all I care about for the boss coming up. Again, cold damage, not very helpful. It's helpful against fire-based enemies, but that's it. Say, our stash is shared between the account again. Stashes are shared, but not across season. I had the exact same question. I thought I was going to be on easy street, you know. It was going to be trivial. So, anyway, it's a good question. Unfortunately, not across seasons. So, basically no in this situation. Okay, so there, I've looked at those. I know better what I'm up against there. Oh, sorry. I need to switch to a particular tab of stash. And I need to see if I can improve any of these. I think it's time to try to optimize for cold survivability. I could put this on here. This is going to make me feel really bad if it's not cold. And if it is cold, I'm going to feel like a legend. Oh, God. It gave me fire resist. It's not quite my tempo. Not quite what we were going for. I'll just put that back. Shit. I wanted to replace my fire resist with cold. Instead, I got other fire resist. Dang it. You jerk. It's fine. Okay, I'll put everything else away for now. I don't need the cold resist on me because before I fight the boss, I'll certainly return to camp a couple of times. So therefore, I'll just park it in the middle. This is for me to level up and improve later. And now I'm feeling like I should have just put some more into that. No. Just thinking out loud and aborting my thoughts as I go when they're bad. Immediately aborting those thoughts. It sounds wrong.
Here's what I've got.
2,195. I'm just going to check to see if there's anything that I don't have that I could have that has cold on it, cold resist on it straight away. So that's what we're doing right now. Okay, I have cold there. I have cold there. So I'm looking to upgrade my resistance for my wraps. This is the best gear that I have right now. So I don't really want to like toss that out immediately. I get 5 life per enemy killed. That's so good. Maybe it's not quite as good as I'm thinking, actually. But anyway, I'm primarily looking for some kind of bump up on my shoes or my gloves. And, oh, for sure, if I were to get a ring. The rings are way too expensive to just like pluck out and get. Okay, so therefore, I'm going to get off this tab. Whoops. Oh, no, don't. And then I'm gonna, this tab doesn't have what I'm looking for either. Not really. So it's going to be here, if anywhere. Okay. No cold resist. No cold. No cold. Looks nice, but no cold. I could get it if I wanted. No cold. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have cold waiting to be expressed when I take it and level it up if I do. So here I don't really have any good cold choice. And then again, she's too rich for my blood. Or wait, no, she doesn't actually have anything I need right now. Oh, if I could find something that does cold absorption, boy, that would be nice. Or a trinket, or a charm. I haven't gotten one of those yet either. That would be a difference maker right there, I think.
Be careful.
Then those are the only people selling anything at the moment. Other than this guy who does randoms. And I'm trying to like deterministically select for cold. None of these are going to show cold because the random chances by category. And I don't have enough for what I'd really like to try, which is I'd really like to have a ring or an amulet with cold resist on them, because that tends to be the biggest, best source. Like sometimes you can find an obnoxious amount of resist. Like look at that, 28 fire resist. Look at how good that is. Let me just check. So I'm in southern Vietnam, and I'm in the mountains. I'm in Dalat, in Lam Biang Phuong, which is, well, Phuong Lam Biang, which is like a mountain. And so we're near a microclimate in a way that's quite a bit colder than the rest of Vietnam, except for the extreme north, toward where it meets China. And so it rains a lot here, but it tends to really cool off when it rains. Like unlike most of Vietnam, it's cool here. It's really nice. If you were to park your butt anywhere in Vietnam, well, you would immediately fall in love with the people and the place and the food because it's all good. But then you would be next concerned about how damn hot it is. But if you're in Dalat, like if you were to come here and just go on a quick vacation, see what you think. First, it's got a lot of French influence because it had a lot of colonization in the area. So that's interesting visually. But then next, the weather is damn good. It's like 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees cooler in Celsius cooler than in other parts of Vietnam. Like you can get up to 40 without even blinking an eye. I was going to say breaking a sweat, but that's kind of stupid. Mixing my metaphors, I'm really good at mixing metaphors. In other areas, you know, like most of the other areas will just be baking hot. You'll just be cooking. But not here. Some days it gets hot, but not so much. And there tends to be a lot of wind, at least in the area I'm at, so it even cools off with the wind. It's great. What I'm trying to say is, it's great here, but currently I can hear the rain. It's like pounding pretty good. Just ticking it down very gradually. Wow. Wow, she really cooked me. Okay. Orb of Augmentation. We love Orbs of Augmentation so much. We love these. I love these for early gear that you're trying to speculatively make better. Like, okay, Look at this. Superior straw handles, sandals. I just got these. I feel like I'm just going to throw this on top. No, I have to do a weaker one first. That could be really good there because it's already got a quality bump. Just rare-ish to find on a piece of gear. Even though it looks like gray trash, it's not necessarily gray trash at all because it can have some latent abilities that are quite good. Okay. All right. Okay, let's gather some of these fools up and try to do some kind of... Oh, wow. I got a lot of people to wreck. Got a lot of wrecking to be done here. Chain lightning. Look at all this chain lightning. Oh. Look at all of that near almost super quick insta-death right there. I'm going to say super quick. Lazuli ring. Oh, my God. I have to get it. Even if I die, I have to get it. Lazuli rings can be really, really special. It like shows up and it's just gray, like it's not much, but anytime you find a ring, it's one of the most valuable things you can get, man. Potentially. If it's the fit. If it's the fit of what you need, you'll be happy all day, every day. Wow, 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 wow. This Death Moil guy is a real jerk. Why don't you leave me alone? Leave me alone, sir. Don't need your damage. Wow, swirl of trouble. He has some real trouble happening to him.
Clean kill.
A clean kill. That's what she said. It is literally what she said. Okay. Lunakai here. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Gets a little bit random here, but hopefully you have fun. I'm pretty chill, so I'm here in southern Vietnam and I just hang out, you know. Hello. How are you? Whop, whop. I'm going to pick up this pelt mantle. I think I'm almost full up. Another day in the path of exile. Yes, in the path of excellence. I'm a huntress. I'm working toward ascendancy slowly. I want to be a spirit walker, you know. I want to be that spirit walker life. I'm appreciating the uniqueness of the huntress in that she does leaping in melee attacks followed by like this kind of an action here where I can go whop,
Hold on.
whop, whop to kind of clear a difference. So what's poppin'? Well, I'm working toward that solo leveling experience. I want to be like I'm in solo leveling. I want to be solo leveling the game with my huntress. And in order to do that, I have to be able to tame a beast. And apparently there are these little wisps that you get when you skill up for them at level 21. And when you get that, right before the enemy dies, you throw out your wisps, like the boss, and you can suck them in and have them. Is the witch still a thing? Is the witch still a thing? Yes, maybe. By the way, I'm looking dope. Oh, thanks. Character's good. The stream is good. What are you on? You're on Twitch? Yeah, okay. So, by the way, I do have drops enabled. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. By the way, I do have drops enabled, so if you play Path of Exile and you're working on your pet, I both have the category on and the drops enabled, so you'll get some credit toward a nice companion or boss, whatever it is they're giving out, whatever the drop is. There's 2 drops, and so the first one takes 3 hours to get, and the next one takes some period of time. Yeah. Okay, boom. So this is the beat. This is the beat of the huntress. Watch this. I jump in, and then I jump back. I jump in, I jump back. See that? See that beat? That's kind of the core beat of the huntress, hey? I've been trying to just focus on doing this for a bit. because there are so many other ways that I can fight. I currently have 11 skills attached to her. It's insane. Do I stream daily? I stream about 6 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I've been doing it for a few months, so that's what's up. Getting lots of cycles in. And how about you? How are you doing? What are you all about?
I'll not make the journey
How's your
all like
life?
that.
I need to go back and get rid of some of my junk. I've collected so much stuff off the ground. Poe is kind of like a loot collector game in a way. You can boil it down to loot collection. That does a grave disservice to the design and the design team, but you get the idea. So I come here, I unload some of this stuff, and then we continue fighting. I wanted to see if I can improve any of these. I'm looking for, and not quite finding, something with nice cold resist on it. Oh, life regen per second? Ooh. Let's go further. Oh, plus 10 to maximum energy shield. Okay, so this one is in the running for a special for sandals. If I put in one more skill on it, if it has some sort of latent cold resist, that's a big deal. It'd be very helpful. Yeah, you're just chilling and chatting? Well, good. Thanks. Happy to have you. Enjoy yourself. There's a lot of really nice people on here with you. You can ask. If it's about business, we'll probably have to leave that off to the side for some time, okay? Because I like to stay focused on the stream and what I'm doing. But you can ask. You can ask anything. It's your life. I will never say no. And if it's real interesting, you can actually randomize me and I'll go wander away and do research with you. It gets weird on this stream from time to time. I don't ban you? All right. It's very unlikely that I'll ban you if you're nice. Super good at focusing. Yeah, I'm the best focuser. What does Trump say? Like, I'm a stable genius. I'm like a stable focuser. I'm so good at focusing. You can see it in real time. With everything I do, I'm so good at the focus. Well, you're an artist. You do work for gamers. Yeah, I don't really give any commissions at this time, and I appreciate it. I kind of was sniffing out that that's where you're coming from. But that's cool. Like, stay in touch with me. Hang out if you like and lurk. And maybe someday, while I'm here in southern Vietnam, I'll come a call-in for potential commissions. I'll like basically pitch you against one another, and whoever gives me the best art gets the money and gets like the stable deal with me. A stable deal from a stable, focused person. But that's all I have to say about that. But thanks for asking, right? Like I know you're trying to find your way in the world and make your living. That's cool. You're super polite and nice about it, so I really appreciate that. I won't forget you. Okay, so like if we get into a position where I can do some kind of a commissioning, then I'll remember this interaction. Thanks. Gaming Malone says I can hyperfocus, just not on the same things. Well, you know what the magic is? If you're on the spectrum a bit, right, like I am. So is there any specific reason? Yeah, I don't want to spend the money. I'm not. There isn't a good basis for me to spend the money right now, Lunakai. I'm not at that point. I might be at that point one day, but not now. No, we have to stop talking business now. You're interfering with the stream. But thank you for coming and thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Okay. So let's see. The cool thing about having hyperfocus is we should all be doing what we love anyway, right? Shouldn't we all be doing the thing that keeps us passionately engaged? And if you have ADHD, as long as you're doing what it is that you should be doing that speaks to your heart, you will crush. You will be hyper-focused. The challenge of people with ADHD is when you got to fit into a society where they want you to do shit that sucks, right? That's where it doesn't work well. Otherwise, you're evolved. And so listen, with your one life, Gaming Malone, your one single life, do yourself a big, huge favor. Atomizer says there's so many things I could say. Of course. Of course. I encourage you to do so. You add that element of social dynamite, Atomizer. And Ajib jumps in and says, I love you, Ricky, but I'm struggling with chacarone on my head. What do I do? Well, what do you do? I mean, what do we do in such situations? It's really, it's hard to, it's hard to work through these problems unless we address them head on. Okay. It's really hard getting through this life sometimes, Family Guy, if we don't deal with our problems head on. Coke.
Cursor is an AI editor with a built-in coding agent.
I don't want to
This
know
agent
about
runs
that.
inside what's called a
No.
harness, which is
No.
made up of...
No. No. Okay, I'm trying to help you exercise your demons.
Fielding Wellingtonsworth? Hello. Livingston Winsterford?
Hello.
Yes. Amelia
Yeah.
Bedford Furthington Chesterhill?
Good day.
And James William Bottomtooth. Oh, no. Everyone, this is Brian, our newest contributor.
Hi there. How's it going?
So you've been struggling with this all day? I almost always get some kind of song stuck in my head, and if I don't listen to it, it just stays there. So I do believe, hopefully, I may have helped you. You're welcome to provide the distraculation with me at any and all times. I can never say no. You know how we do. You know the problem. You know the problem and the benefit. You know it. You know how this works. All right, now hold on. I'm trying to take my lazuli ring, and I'm hoping for cold resist. Okay, everybody, look down in the bottom corner at my little tiny lazuli ring. All right, hold on. It doesn't have to be tiny. Okay, I can power it up. I can make it so large and in charge. Hold on. It takes me a minute. It's not something you do instantly, okay? It takes a one loose minute. Oh my god. I'm cutting off that part of the screen? Bruh. Okay, now I should be able to get to it. We're getting to it. Okay, you see? Look at what's up. I want you to focus so hard